here. I can't hear anything on here.
How do we do the audio? Do you know? So we should both. I think we're here. Check. Main. Down. Oh.
Well, all right. Here we go.
I thought.
So, I mean, we're assuming Matt Kelson.
Yeah. We'll try to get some numbers for you. How did we do this last year?
And so right now, looks like running back is Carter Picard. And everyone else wide out. Carter Picard. One, two. Can you see us? I don't see Let's see. All the sounds up. It just doesn't sound like it's hooked up to anything on there. So this into there. That's the only one that's connected is this.
Oh, that's so much better.
Which maybe that's what it usually is.
Nice. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Coach. We can't hear anything.
No.
Can they hear us?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Something just changed. Yep. I
Sounds
can
like
hear a little bit.
You have us?
I can hear a little bit of that. And now it's off. Whatever you just pushed there went off.
Great.
Oh, wait, no, that's you guys. Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
Got
okay.
us now?
So it's a little delayed.
How about me?
But I can't hear it anymore.
How about me? Okay.
I did hear it, but I can't hear it anymore. Oh, there it is.
Okay, now we're getting a little feedback.
Okay.
Sounds like we're live, Brent.
Well, and it's early, right?
Yeah.
So
And Wasatch is moving the football right out of the gate.
So everybody, welcome. We are in Park City, Utah. This is Sting TV, Wasatch High School football. Brent Martindale here with Ken Purdy, Corey Lang, directing. And holy smokes, it's August 11th, and we have football already. There's another completed pass.
Matt Kilson's coming out, slinging the football just like he did last year, and he's confident, and the ball comes off some zip, and they're going NASCAR, which is really
That's their
fast.
term is NASCAR. Pass incomplete that time. Looks like the pass intended for Hutch Solomon. There's a few new names here, Ken.
Yeah, there is. There's some underclassmen that stepped up. And there's some new faces. It looks like Colton Bassett's out there on the left side as a receiver. And we got some movement from
it looked like there was a little movement there. So the flag before the play, that pass was caught, but they will bring it back, and it looked like, like Ken said, a little motion.
Yeah. Pre-game, first game jitters, you're going to expect a lot of laundry on the field tonight. But, man, Wasatch is moving the ball and a lot to do with Matt Kelson's arm and accuracy.
And it looks like we got an offsides on the Miners. So for those just joining, we are underway here, already a few minutes into the first quarter of the first game of the season.
Yes.
Here, Wasatch
great time of year.
The Park City Miners, and we're happy to have football, but we're always happy to have this rivalry.
Absolutely. Whatever sport.
And that pass broken up there.
Great timing from defensive back, and could have went either way.
Yeah, broken up that time by the Miners. I've got Mason Christensen. And Wasatch down to their first third down of the series. They've been moving the ball, but pass up to the sideline, no good. And so Wasatch will have fourth down.
Intended for JoJo Heyer. If you remember JoJo last year, he was the return specialist. This kid can stretch the field, and really excited to see what he does when he gets the ball in the open field.
Looks like Coach Coburn going for it on fourth, and it's 4th and 10. They're going to try to get an offsides.
Empty
see what
set.
they can get here. No one in the backfield behind. And here's the snap. Someone coming on the right. Passes incomplete out of the hands. And that means that will be a possession change. Park City Miners will take over.
Brand, I like the tempo. I like coming out slinging it right off the bat. Got them on their heels a little bit. Park City's adjusted, and they've tightened the coverage up. And so those windows that Mac's been throwing in were smaller there those last few plays, but pretty sharp there for at least 6 to 8 plays. I thought.
Yeah. Matt Kelson, of course, coming back from a very big year, one of the best quarterbacks in the state last year. And here we're seeing the first look. This is Sebastian Bodley as the quarterback. There's a swing out. That's a run that time.
Nice.
Looks like William McCurdy returning to the Miners.
5-yard pickup.
Got listed McCurdy as one of the seniors, but this is a new look. This is Sebastian Bodley. We know nothing about him.
Now, is this the young man that you said was taking most of the snaps of the game? And so Coach Martindale noticed that, and if you look on their preseason announcement, they had another young man slated as the starter. So
another handoff this time. Just a few yards. Got a few yards out of that play. That is the run once again by McCurdy. McCurdy, it looks like he's already got 2 touches.
Yeah.
We're looking up last year's stats. We can look up McCurdy as well. It'll be 3rd down for the Miners.
And this is a good test for Wasatch out of the gate. Both teams have strong offensive and defensive lines. So there we go. Nice job.
Once again,
and
McCurdy.
that was a returning starter and senior Garrett Christensen should be an anchor for the line, and Garrett walked right in the backfield, almost untouched. Mr. McNaughton will be next to him on the nose,
and it looks like Park City is going to go for it on 4th and 3.
I love it.
It's actually 4th and 4, and there's a poor snap.
It looked like a quick kick possibility, so
Bodley's going to land on it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
That is a blessing.
That is a early season
Coach, I don't know if you
that time by the Miners. So.
You noticed that is right before the snap, JoJo Heyer plays safety and receiver. JoJo ran back to get the punt. It looked like it might have been a quick kick. It's effective if your quarterback can do it. So good thinking on Coach Montzingo. He has been here for 8 years, and he is a good Park City coach. He's done a lot of good at this program.
I got a chance to interview him a couple of times. There's a run that time by Picard. Just got tripped up. That looks like he might have
scored. And Carter, returning senior, looked like he has spent some time in the weight room. He looks good in pads and kept his feet. Nice gain, 8-yard gain.
There's Picard once again. He's going to slip one tackle, but he can't pass the next one. So he's
hate to see him get twisted up like that.
It looked like I hope he's not getting up slowly, but he's
he looks good.
Small mound of sound right there, Carter Picard.
Carter's low to the ground, and he is shifty, and you're seeing that he's making a few people miss.
He got the first down on that play, so it'll be 1st and goal for Wasatch. Pass over to the corner of the end zone.
Oh, great catch!
If he's caught that, touchdown!
JoJo Heyer.
Wasatch.
JoJo Heyer, Matt Kelson to JoJo Heyer in the corner of the end zone, and I thought that read, I didn't think it was there. And what I forget is how good Matt Kelson really is. I was thinking he was going to swing that to Carter out of the backfield, and he went to his first option. It looked like JoJo running that. I guess they call it a dig. He's running for the corner of the end zone. He put it right where it needed to be.
So the first touchdown of the Wasatch season comes with 8 minutes left in the first quarter of the first game.
Great drive.
JoJo Heyer, we have heard his name many times
Yes,
already
yes,
here
we did. Yeah.
on both sides of the ball, you just said, right?
Yep.
So Wasatch with the 7-0, was that kick good?
That
I'm
was
not
right.
seeing
That was money of our all-state returning kicker, Ashton Southam.
Southam, yes.
That is he has been a staple here.
A senior. So 7-0 lead. Ken Purdy, welcome back. It's nice to have you. It's
Always
fun
great
here.
to be back.
You know, we were talking earlier while the teams are getting ready for this kickoff. We were talking earlier, 27 seniors and another 20 juniors.
Wow.
So you're talking about a very top-heavy roster this
Right.
year. Very different than what we've seen a lot of seniors before.
Right.
But this looks to be very, very top-heavy with upperclassmen. Only 10 sophomores that we counted on the roster, and I don't think all of them travel.
Yeah.
So that will be a little different look, but right now, so far, Ken, same old Wasatch. We see them come out in the shotgun and the lightning quick no-huddle offense.
I got to tell you, I was coming in and the traffic nightmare that we experienced. Listen to Ty and Ty, who do a great job on KTMP. And Ty came out and said, if you don't know, Tyler Barrett is also a coach. And Tyler said, you're going to see a lot of what you see last year. And I was like, well, check that, because Coach Roberts loved to sling the ball. And I guess because of some injury, we came out looking the same. So, yeah, you're right. We looked almost identical to what we did last year. Adjust your personnel, and great job by Coach Knight, who ran the defense last year as defense coordinator, is the offensive coordinator this year.
So Park City will take over at their own 20-yard line. This is Sebastian Bodily. That man can run. He is listed at 6'5",
wow,
junior quarterback. And right there on the first play, got a first down, although there are flags on the field. Looks like an offensive holding. So, unfortunately, that will be pulled back. But, wow, a great run. That's an athletic kid.
Yeah, just that just riding that running back, and he pulls it at the last second. Had me fooled.
Oh, absolutely.
I was looking at the line, and Sebastian pulled it and had a nice gain, unfortunately.
And we know how hard it is to fool you, Ken. So.
Not as hard as you think.
So instead of a 15-yard gain, it's a 10-yard loss. So it'll be 1st and 20 for Park City. Hey, at least Park City knows they can run it like that.
Yeah.
And so hopefully a little confidence. But right now, this time it's the same exact play.
Wow. Kind of a fake toss, and then he keeps it, and that line is just opening up there.
Almost same yardage. That time got 12.
Stanton O'Connell will run the defense for Wasatch this year, and he is a seasoned veteran. He's won a state championship running a defense at Timpview High School, so he knows a thing or two about that. He knows how to adjust. So,
player coming off the field for Park City. That doesn't look good. He's holding his hand.
And we don't have anybody on the slot there.
There's another run. This time out is opening. He's stumbling. He's got two players. This time finally brought down at midfield, but a big run by William McCurdy.
Very nice hole. See, we talk about it. So it looks like they're going to do the NASCAR too, so they're coming at us hard. But it looked like our linemen and linebackers got caught in the wash.
A little dose of their own medicine.
There you go.
Park City Miners.
Man,
running.
Got to wrap up.
Again, a shotgun and a no huddle really quickly. Now, you'd think Wasatch practices it every day.
Right, sure.
But still, they don't see it that often in the game.
First game jitters, little bit different nuance, and that's a good offensive line Park City's got lined up. Matter of fact, most of their returners were on the offensive line.
So it'll be second and about 3. Park City has gained about 40 yards in the last 2 plays. This time, McCurdy is brought down quickly. I don't know if he got a yard maybe, but it's actually looking like he lined up right on the line of scrimmage. So we're going to say no gain on that. So it'll be 3rd and about 5.
You got some experience on this D line, and especially at linebacker position with Colton Brisk, and Colton Brisk came in and made that play. So things will start slowing down a little bit for these guys.
Well, and what I saw in the warm-ups, Ken, is this Sebastian Bodley is a lefty, and he had an arm just like
Wide
that.
open.
Wide open is Tyler Montzingo, and that is a touchdown for the Park City Miners.
So we had a little breakdown in the secondary right there. Earlier, I don't know if you heard me, but I noticed that nobody had lined up. We didn't line anybody up on the slot receiver. So we're a little bit out of sorts there.
Oh, he was brought down. It's not a touchdown.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He stumbled out of bounds.
He stumbled. I didn't see it. I thought he'd run into the end zone, and
he was. They say it. He was too wide open. They're going to come with a heavy set, trips, tight trips.
This time the snap was taken immediately from William McCurdy, and McCurdy runs in for a touchdown for the Miners. And right before that last pass, I told you what I saw a lot in the warm-ups was him slinging with that lefty arm, and that was his first pass of the game.
First pass we've seen. And he was wide open. It looks like there was a mess up.
Yeah.
There was a mix up in the secondary, and when you see somebody that wide open, it's a missed assignment.
McCurdy took the snap in the shotgun and just ran it right through that line. So quickly, in just 2 minutes of game time, Park City Miners have tied up this game.
Very efficient. And, and Coach Montzingo, their head coach, is the offensive coordinator. He's a seasoned guy. Didn't panic. And the offensive line was just opening up some gaping holes for him. And the one time they pass it, they pick up about a 30, 40-yard gain on it and sets them up for the touchdown.
So, Park City, we were just talking earlier before the game, Wasatch High School students aren't in class, but boy, they are here in droves on both sides of the field. Park City High School with 1,260 students, and they have dropped to the 4A division.
Yes, they have.
Utah. Wasatch, on the other hand, keeps growing up to 2,700 students this year. At least we think that's the final word.
Right.
It'll be somewhere around there, maybe a little under. And these two teams still, rivalry makes size not matter.
Absolutely. Park City's I coached here for quite a few years, and Park City owned us for a lot of years. Coach Coburn came and changed the tide, but then Coach Montzingo came in, has done a great job getting these guys ready. 99 years. This is our
Holy
in the
smokes.
Deseret News. It said this is our 99th year lacing it up at Wasatch High School. So I don't know how accurate that is. I'm sure folks down at the superintendent's office know the actual time, but that's pretty incredible.
Kickoff by David Dellenbach,
and
the senior for Park City, coming in the end zone, and so Wasatch will take over at their 20-yard line.
I'll throw a little wrinkle in here. Brent, we just broke ground on another high school in Heber City, and that's going to be a weird dynamic at this rivalry. I'm sure both the Wasatch High schools will consider these guys a rival, but there's going to be some different dynamics there.
Kelson back, he's got pressure, but he's going to swing to his right. Pass is short, no good. And as Ken was saying, yes, they are building the new high school. They have broken ground. They're digging. And that will mean, in all probability, in about 4 years, when the other high school, 3 or 4 years, when the other high school opens, that both schools will probably be 4A.
Yeah. And I've heard some mixed thing. I've heard that Wasatch High may stay 5A, but that's all speculation. I don't know what UHSA will end up doing.
It will be different. I think there's so many different things that have not been determined yet.
Right.
And will the growth in Heber City continue? This time the ball is given to Picard. He's already got 10 yards, 12 yards.
And he got a big chunk of that back. As we were kind of talking there,
I exaggerated.
We must have missed something because it was
about 8 yards. So.
It was a 2nd and 15 there.
Oh,
and
okay.
He got a huge chunk back for us too.
Oh,
Great,
yeah, right, because of the penalty. That's right.
yeah,
Okay.
great running by Carter.
So it was about a 12-yard run there or so. And once again, the fake. Unbelievable. That is
Great play.
intercepted. The pass
That-
intercepted. That is Blake Tabarachi, the senior. Boy, he looked like he was just going to block the pass.
Yeah, he
Instead,
did.
he swallowed it for the interception. And the Wasatch crowd is stunned.
Looks like Blake, I didn't see where he lined up, but it looked like he was an outside linebacker. And he stays home, and you read you read the quarterback's eyes and kind of bleed where he sends you. Max stared right through him, looking at his receiver, and Mr. Tabarachi stepped up and snatched it.
Blake Tabarachi has been giving a lot of great yards and games here at Park City for the last few years. So
that's a good, yeah. There's quite a few Tabarachis. I think one of them graduated, and he, if you remember, a couple of years ago, he was a horse. So that's a great stand for Wasatch.
I believe. Carson Tabarachi, is that right? Oh, is it UCLA? So Corey Lang here in the, he doesn't have a mic, but Corey Lang reminding us that Tabarachi's at USC. Awesome.
So that was a 1-yard gain. So that's a win for our defense. That's probably the lowest rushing that we've
once again to McCurdy. He's going to get through. Only gets a couple of yards. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ken.
We are getting to the ball, but we are not ready, which is absolutely normal at the first of the season. But it's kind of killing us because we're in the gaps. We just got to close. I think and they'll get it. There's some jitters here. Defense is usually on roller skates this first quarter of the first game.
It was a touchdown, but this time brought down quickly.
Great
is
play.
McCurdy. McCurdy so far has touched the ball 90% of the time, it seems like.
And he's a talent, and great job with the quarterback.
It looked like Wasatch got the hit on McCurdy a little bit that would have kept him from scoring, but then he just inched a couple of yards. And so first down, it will be 1st and goal. McCurdy once again, he is battling. His helmet has come off. No, that's not McCurdy whose helmet came off. That is Alexander Moore. He's got to come off the field. Looks like about maybe a half a yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 9.5 or 10 or so. The Park City Miners threatening here again with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. After the interception by Tabarachi.
I like that call.
Bodily.
And had he snapped it on time, it was a corner blitz. Colton Bassett lined up on he's our right corner on their left side, and he was closing
quickly.
And I think it sped that throw up. And again, there's Coach Akana's years of experience. But notice that pass that was completed just a couple plays ago. We were dialed in on him, Brent. You mentioned it, and we kind of stopped. And it's because he's been running the ball and scrambling so well. They wanted to make sure they broke down.
This is Bodley is off. Now this time
Direct
it is
snap.
Elijah Warner is running the ball on 3rd and 10. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you didn't.
They pulled
Looks
off.
Like they got it.
They pulled off McCurdy and Bodley, so they didn't have the regular battery in there going on. But instead, it'll be 4th down. It looks like the kicking team's going to come out for a field goal. And that, once again, will be, as we mentioned earlier, that's David Dellenbach, senior kicker for the Miners. And it looks like McCurdy, once again, is going to touch the ball again. He's holder for the kick.
We did a better job containing the run that time. And you saw Park City's quarterback complete that pass, and then Coach Akana disrupted him a little bit, bringing that blitz off the edge, the corner, kind of hurried him up, so he threw his first incompletion, and just a little thing like that kind of won that battle down there in the red zone, and they walk away with a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Dellenbach looked good. That had a lot of leg in that field goal. That looked like that could have been. I mean, that was a 20-yard field goal, so it's short. But, boy, it went clear out almost to the track. And that might equate to a good long field goal later in the game if they need it. So the Miners take a 10-7 lead, 2:28 left. here in the first quarter. And both teams with a couple of errors, a couple of mistakes, turnovers hurting both of them. And so
both long drives, both teams with nice sustained long drives and scored. And unfortunately, Wasatch wasn't able to do anything in their last series, gave it back to Park City, but held them 3 points.
Yeah, that's right. You have to think a little victory there for the Wasps. So back to receive the kick is JoJo Heyer once again, and also Will Wright. That ball is going to go out of the end zone. So Wasatch will take over at the 20. Or is it it'll be 20. I didn't know if high school also did 25-yard line. I know college and pros have kind of switched to the 25-yard line.
I think they're waiting for the paint to come off on the 20. They'll change it.
So Wasatch takes over. Matt Kelson, the junior. It's hard to think he's still only a junior.
Yeah, I know.
With earlier his first touchdown, but then also his first interception of the year. That is Carter Bacad brought down quickly. In fact, I think there was a loss.
Our right tackle, Connor Cox, a little bit disappointed himself. His man came right down the line, got by him. I think he got inside of him. Mason Gomez down here on the bottom of your screen for Wasatch's receiver.
Carter Bacad again. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards this time.
Mason's a sophomore. Sam Bischoff, senior, out here. Split. He's right. I think we still have Colton Bassett and JoJo Heyer out there.
This time, Matt Kelson's getting a little pressure from his left. He is running. He's got somebody almost on, and he does. He gets him. That is a big open field tackle by Benjamin Beatty.
Benjamin's made a couple really nice plays for Park City there.
Very quick. That's a big kid running really fast after a little quick quarterback.
Mac is pretty mobile. We saw that in the Woods Cross game last year. He had a big keep for a first down, and Mac moves very well. He's an athletic kid.
Matt Kelson was going to get a first down.
Yeah.
And instead, Wasatch will have to punt. So when we're talking about first of the season, this will be the first punt of the season for Wasatch. And back to kick is, I believe that's Hawkins, right? Yeah, Brock Hawkins. No, it's
Fisher
Jay
Brown.
Bradley.
Oh,
yeah,
I've got Fisher.
You're right.
Fisher Brown,
Fisher Brown. Yep. Yeah, the numbers. Fisher Brown, his kick is going to be a little short. Oh, he would have touched that time, and it brought down. Boy, it looked like it was Sam Bischoff had him back at the 40.
No, Abe Willer came and cleaned him up, number 44.
Sam Bischoff limping off the field at the moment.
Abe Willer
Bischoff got down there quick.
I think you're starting middle backer.
For a low kick like that.
Yeah.
He was down there quick.
Coverage is great. Excited for him this year, and Colton Briss is a stalwart there.
Pump fakes, and that is just short. Sorry to interrupt you, Ken.
No.
So the pass incomplete. That will bring up third down. The Miners only have about 4 to pick up for a first down. This will be the last play, no matter what, of the first quarter.
Like to see Colton get a little bit more in the flats, but he's got to stay there because that quarterback is so mobile and has hurt us. So they've done a good job mixing the offense up to where we're a little bit on our heels here.
Bodley back to pass, throws it complete once again to McCurdy. First down and a little bit more. He's going to come down at about the 32-yard line of Wasatch. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. First quarter over in the books of this first game of the season for Wasatch High School. And, boy, it is big. All sorts of games all over the state tonight. There was one game last night, which was I saw some clips of it. Lone Peak and Bingham. Bingham knocked off Lone Peak in the semifinals last year. And Lone Peak, if you haven't seen, they got revenge and beat them last night. So
two of the heavyweights in Utah football. Always good to see those guys.
Yeah.
And, And great and good job at UHSAA starting the season off on that game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, so awesome.
they
Such
know
a great call.
they know how to set it up.
While we're talking about that, Ken, I've got here on the computer, here is the rankings. Now, this is a preseason rankings on Max Prep of the 5A, and I wish we had graphics. We're going to do that later this year. We are, by the way. But out of the rankings, the preseason, now this is preseason.
Right.
This is going off of probably a few points for returners, probably just sheer points for what they think of a team, maybe their history. Timpview number one, and we'll talk about that. We're in a new region this year, Wasatch is. So 4 of the new Region 7 teams are in the top 11 of the preseason.
Shows you how
rankings.
hard every night's going to be here.
Every night, nothing changes. So Wasatch.
There you go, Garrett Christensen.
And he's taken down. Sorry, I said Wasatch. That's Park City. And that is a Wasatch sack. I guess you wouldn't call that a sack. You would just call that a tackle
for loss. Yeah, exactly. And that's the second or third for number 99 for Garrett.
Yeah, we have that. Garrett Christensen. Yeah, I heard a little bit about Coach Coburn said there's 2 numbers on his roster. Here's Bodley back to pass. Got lots of time. He's got it. Oh, someone. That was a big pass. But
JoJo Hire on the coverage.
Yeah, covered all over that time. Tyler Montzingo, the senior, was the intended receiver.
Coach's son's got to get a touch. They went to him on that one.
On that big pass down there, yeah.
JoJo did a good job kind of limiting the field there. Montzingo didn't do himself any favors by leaving him room at the numbers. He got way close to the sideline, so when the ball was thrown, there was nowhere for him to go to get it.
So it will be, I believe, 3rd down. This is 3rd down to 13. There's a fake lateral. There's Bodley once again getting yardage over on the left side. Just all he does is do a head fake and goes left.
It is just enough. He is just enough. So we got to stay home. Garrett made that play 6-7 yards down the field, but I'm wondering if it was on his side. I wonder if he's getting pinned inside on that.
Wasatch with an opportunity here. It's 4th down and 1 for the Miners.
And with that said, Addie Holmes is that outside backer on that side. So if Garrett's getting pinned inside, Addie's got to fill up. He's got to put some color in the hole on the outside. So
big play. Both times. Here's Bucad. Sorry, not Bucad. That's Bodley. Finally brought down by JoJo Hire.
That was
he was going to score.
Touchdown saving tackle.
So a 1-yard attempt turns into a 18-yard gain, and now it's 1st and goal. Boy, that's bottle round. Boy, there's just no one there. That is once again William McCurdy making it look easy.
So
swinging around the left side.
Again, that
touchdown.
That outside backer, I don't know what he is reading there, but he is getting sucked in, and Park City's taking advantage of that all the way down the field.
Amazing. Wow. Wasatch starting so quickly, and boy, they have gotten scored on a little easily the last couple of times.
Yeah.
So, and boy, credit to Park City.
Are we going to get a replay? Can we do replays on this? Huh? Okay, not tonight. No replays tonight.
Kick is up.
I got spoiled last year. We did such a great job, but
I'm sure eventually that'll come. But
just kind of wanted to look and see where we're soft there, and it sure seems like on our right side of our defense, our outside linebackers getting pinned. His eyes are getting somewhere else, but Park City is taking advantage of that, and that was a bobbled snap. He still picked it up and almost walked into the end zone.
So far, you're looking at the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter. William McCurdy, so far, outstanding.
Yeah, kid's done it all.
Yeah.
Catches, runs.
And McCurdy right there already with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And he scored back with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter. So the Miners healthily with a 17-7 lead over a stunned Wasatch Wasp group right now. So the kickoff, and once again back to receive for Wasatch They are kicking away from JoJo Hire is what I'm looking at.
You have a lot of experience on that Wasatch coaching staff, and the measure of a good staff is making some adjustments, and sometimes that doesn't happen until halftime because they're going so fast, and you don't have time to kind of look at the film, see what's going on. But they'll make some adjustments. Stanton will make some adjustments, and usually Coach Akana, I don't want to give his whole scheme away. He'll bring up some. He'll blitz. He'll put some pressure on you and disrupt things. But right now, Park City's kind of having their way on offense.
So here we go. It is Matt Kelson. He's going to give it once again. Carter.
I like that play.
Carter McCod. And it's like, sorry, just look at that. It's just like it's just over and over and over.
Right.
And once again, Bucad, same fake pass from Kelson. And once again, about 3 or 4 yards. But not enough for the first down. Just short. Third and about 1.5. And boy, this is a big play. That's got to be an offsides. Wasatch has always historically been really good at getting other teams offside.
Right.
And so far tonight, already twice. So that'll help a little bit. That'll get
a couple of sophomores.
No, they didn't call the offsides. They're giving that. That was a motion problem.
Going to go empty.
Against the Wasps. So instead of 3rd and 1, it's now 3rd and 7. Matt Kelson's got heavy pressure, runs to his left. And boy, that pass couldn't even quite get there. So
it's tough to throw that rolling to his left. With a right-hander.
So, wow, another big stop by the Miners. And, boy, penalty killing Wasatch there on that drive.
Well, and we're having trouble with their D-line. It's not – I don't know that it's too much the backers that are getting in there. The D-line is having their way up front and picking us apart, putting some pressure on Mac. He's not been able to stand in that pocket since that first series.
So, Fisher Brown back once again for a punt. And, boy, almost blocked that time.
He's got to sell that one a little bit better. He's got to flop.
Yeah, because it looked like it bumped him
it was pretty close.
Referee all over it, but
he's standing right
like
there.
You say.
And he's seen some years. That white hat's been around for a while. Unfortunately, I don't know his name, but he's done a lot of games I've been involved with.
The punt goes about 30 yards, 34 yards. And which, once again, leaves the Miners with great field position.
Yeah.
Sorry. So they will begin at their own 39, almost 40-yard line.
Well, I'm going to watch this right side of our defense, see if they take advantage of that again.
Ball given once again to McCurdy. McCurdy's going to bounce off a couple of tackles. He's down the sideline. And, oh, boy, there was not much ahead of him after that, but he was pushed out of bounds finally by Dalton Hill. He was going to have to face JoJo Hire in the backfield.
If you look at number 99, Garrett Christensen's shoulder pads, his right shoulder pad was stuck straight up in the air, which means they're getting a hand on that outside. And I don't want to call it a hold because you get away with it. That's what you're supposed to do. But they're hooking Garrett and getting to that linebacker there.
And that ball's fumbled. That ball's loose, still on the ground. And Wasatch is claiming they
say
have
we
it.
got it. And that's a
right
blessing
now,
if we did.
That has come up. That is number 2, Colton Brisk. Comes up with the ball and a big turnover.
That was very fortunate for us because we were looking at just about the same thing of Park City running off that left side again. So some adjustments need to be made there.
Park City with 2 turnovers in this game. Wasatch with 1.
You'll hear me refer to Coach because both Coach Lang and Coach Martindale have that distinction. So sometimes I got to distinguish it. Matt moves well.
Matt Kelson. He's got a man open. That is complete to JoJo Hire. He's brought down.
That is as good as scramble throw. Max stayed square, and he's getting them online. They're gonna go fast again.
Yeah, they're going to get down there quickly, try to do the snap almost before Park City can get ready. That tackle by Park City was by Pierce Garner and saved the touchdown also. Once again,
Oh, I love it.
Carter Bucad
Boy,
gets
Carter
down
keeps
near,
his shoulder pads square and runs east and west as good as I've seen in a long time.
down to the 1 yard line, was brought down quickly, and they give it once again. This time they net
They
Carter
snuffed
Bucad.
that. Yep.
Tackle by number 45. That is Anderson Watanabe.
Tell you what, Carter probably doesn't have the speed Chris Cook had last year, but boy, he keeps those shoulder pads square and runs hard.
I was going to say he looks a lot like him in many ways.
Yep.
And so it looks like there is a little confusion on the field. It looks like Wasatch is going to call a timeout.
And this is a good timeout. We're in the red zone. We need this.
Right now,
we need to put points on the board here.
Oh, another penalty against Wasatch. A false start. So that instead of 1st and 1 at the 1 yard line, now they're going to be back after that sack, or again, tackle for loss. It looks like it's going to be about the 7 yard line.
Yep. Yeah.
That's going to make it 2nd down and about 7.
Is it
7 or 8?
They haven't moved the chain. They haven't moved the
first
down marker.
Gotcha.
So,
but they had the that doesn't make sense. It's got to be at least 2nd down for the tackle. Well, there's Carter Bricard. He's going to get down near the end zone. Touchdown!
Great run.
Carter Bricard for the Wasps. Touchdown, Wasatch.
Great call. Great job by offensive line putting a hat on somebody, and then Carter not being denied there the last few inches.
A couple of plays there looked as dominant for the Wasatch offensive line that I've seen them almost the whole time. Even in the earlier runs by Bucad, boy, that one just opened up like the Red
Brent,
Sea.
And I think we just haven't had. We've always kind of been in the hole and had to throw the ball, so we haven't had a chance to look at it. I think once we get a position where we can slow down a little bit, establish that running game, I think Coach Knight wants to utilize that, and why not with a running back like Carter Bucad?
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. And so you got to go back and look at the Matt Kelson scramble, keeping his shoulder square, looking downfield, and it was equally a great catch by JoJo, going 100 miles an hour and turned to his left and snagging it in his hands. But again, Mac putting it on the money.
But that was huge. You're right.
Yeah.
That scramble, and it was something. I want to say he wasn't great at last year. He was just inexperienced at last year.
Well, or you had a receiver that you just throw it up wherever it went, and who came up with. I don't even think it was a 50-50 ball when you threw it to that young man. It was almost like a 90-10.
Yeah.
Crew Erickson won a lot of those battles.
Well, and this is so far the Western Gunslinger.
Yeah.
First half, it's just exactly what you hope for with this type of huge rivalry between the Park City Miners and the Wasatch Wasps. And as Ken said, the 99th year.
Wow. Well,
that's unbelievable.
And that's come from Deseret News. So I don't know how accurate that is. They're usually pretty good with that. But
once again, before the kickoff here, Ken, there is the new Region 7. So Wasatch a couple years ago was in the Region 8. Then for the last 2 years was Region 9, and now it's the Region 7. This kick is going to be possibly returnable. No, it's going to be in the
few familiar faces there with Springville and Maple Mountain.
Yeah, so the returning teams from Region 9 are Wasatch, Maple, and Springville. But the new teams, tell us about those new teams.
Cedar Valley has made
they're a young school, right?
Young school, but they've played very, very well. And Timpview, returning state champ. They're
preseason number 1.
They're loaded, and Orem is always loaded.
And Orem preseason number 3.
Yeah,
so.
And you don't even have. I don't listen. They have benefited from some very nice additions to their team right before the fall ball starts.
Once again, McCurdy running right up the middle, getting his typical 4 or 5 yards. I was talking to the coaches back in the summer. I'd go try to lift some weights. And the football coach would come in and laugh at me a little bit. But
I
no, they were
doubt
really
that.
nice, actually. They were real nice. But heard a little scuttle. Basically, Timpview actually lost a player or two and a coach that went to Maple Mountain
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's interesting. And we lost a player that went to Sky Ridge.
yes,
Tavian
right.
Edwards, who
Tavian
would have been.
Edwards, yep.
You can't replace a Tavian Edwards.
Nope.
The kid was a
Nope.
talent.
Pass by Bodley, complete to Tyler Montzingo. And that'll be a first down for the Miners.
I want to point out, Abe Willer made a nice tackle the play before, but it was 3 or 4 years down the field. We'll take it, but we need to sniff that out a little bit sooner.
There's a handoff. Oh, wow, it got through. Some great blocking up there because it looked like there were 4 Wasatch guys behind the line of scrimmage ready to get him.
And that was corner. Cole Kelson came in on the corner and helped make that stop. That's one of the ways it looks like they're giving a little bit of aid to this right side and right side of our defense. Colton Brisk is on the right side.
Sebastian Bodley still back
during this series.
Right next to William McCurdy. McCurdy hasn't touched it in a couple of plays, so still not going to get this one. Bodley's going to look.
Oh, he's what?
Throw left, and the play is complete. The pass is complete, to number 4, Tate Campbell.
So about 10, 12 yards down the field, we had everybody covered. Safety came down, and I'm not familiar with this young man, but Porter Cooch. Porter came down and had that slot receiver, and then he just ran where they weren't, and he was wide open. So Coach Akana is going without a traditional free safety, somebody deep, if you'll notice.
So here's the third down. This is the second time now we've seen this. Third time we've seen this third down. This is McCurdy just getting the snap and going, and there he goes once again. Unbelievable. William McCurdy. Again, third down. That is the third down conversion for William McCurdy in this game.
And Brent, he's not running that hard. He's just waiting for holes to open up, and he's just picking his way.
Amazing.
He's making it look easy.
They're going to stick with McCurdy.
And a similar lineup.
No, this time it is, I think that's number 13, Cole Morgan. Morgan got the snap, or is it 15?
McCurdy's stepping out. Kid has got to be gassed.
He's got to be tired. Yeah, that's number 15, so that's Blake Tabarachi. Took the snap and run that time. And still, Sebastian Bodley has not returned to the field.
Coach Montzingo is not afraid to snap that ball to anybody.
Well, and he's not afraid to make different looks and different things. So,
and that is it. So you can
again,
see us tightening up a little bit.
No, this time it's Carson Navarro. Navarro gets the snap, and he goes almost 10 yards,
Brent,
and that's going to be another Park City first down.
Brent, whoever's getting the snap or whoever's getting the ball handed to them with Park City, they are being patient, waiting for holes to open up, and they're just skipping.
Unbelievable. And there's this time a fumble.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you've got many hands back there picking up the snap.
Carson Navarro, that time it didn't, to me, look like a bad snap.
Right.
It looked like he just was almost looking left, and it was right near his neck.
Coach,
so I don't know
from volleyball, you throw somebody cold off the bench, tell them to go serve, right? And what are they going to do? They're going to put it in the bottom of the net for the most part.
Well,
you hope they don't, right?
Yeah,
but those nerves right there, and they're thinking, this young man's thinking, hey, I just had an 8-9 yard run. I'm going to get another one. And then he forgets to grab the snap.
Well, and so, I was going to put him back. So it's going to be 2nd and 22. But, boy, they've been getting offensive big chunks. So I guess like you said earlier, there's just risks sometimes with different calls.
Absolutely.
And so far, it's paying off a little more for Park City. You're looking at a close game, but a little more for Park City.
Well, and our last score was a benefit of a bot, a bot, and that was a botched handoff, albeit, but that's what you get when you roll different bodies back there that are not taking that snap all the time.
Right.
He's not afraid to do it, but they've been a little bit snake bit. And now we got a new kid. We have 14 back there again.
So that's going to be Bodley is back in.
And you said we hadn't seen him a few plays.
So that is 4 plays in a row he didn't play. So
I hope they're not setting up a trick play.
He's back in, but this time behind him is Alexander Moore. So that means McCurdy's still off. Pass is complete. That time to Elijah Warner, and he gets loose. He loses 4 tackles, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Park City.
So looks like our strong or free. I don't know what number 35 for Wasatch in. Again, disclaimer: criticizing the performance, not the performer. I'm sure he's a great kid. He is new. This is probably his first year starting back there, and eyes are wide. This is a tough game to start with. But he has that man. I don't know if it's man-to-man. Every coverage turns into man-to-man. But he was late getting to him, and then when he got to him, he had a wrong angle, and Park City, as they've done several times, stayed on their feet and scored.
Elijah Warner, a sophomore 5'9" running back, gets that score. So that's so you're talking about 3 different people that have scored with 2 touchdowns and field goals for Park City. They are looking very, very sharp here early on, even though they have a couple of turnovers. Right now, a little more efficient. 24-14 is the score. About 5 minutes remaining here in the first half, and so far we can't say it's a huge imbalance, just a little bit. So far, Park City seem to be taking advantage a little bit more.
Boy, from a fan perspective, you watched Wasatch move the ball in their first couple drives effortlessly, thinking, man, this is going to be a track meet. And Park City comes right back. Home field advantage. Great seasoned head coach, offensive coordinator, and they have found a weakness on us, and they've exposed it.
Well, and you know, football, a game of inches, right?
Yep.
So really I'm looking at 2 plays. I'm looking at 2 different things. This is my non-football expert point of view. 2 punts, Wasatch. 3 different times,
right.
3rd down and long conversions for Park City. That's the difference in the game to me right now.
You can't, you've got to win the battle on 3rd down. Coach Coburn used to always said, we have got to get their offense, get our defense off the field. And you got to win those.
So the kickoff is up and out of the end zone. Once again, for those that weren't possibly hearing us a little bit ago, we were talking about Wasatch High School, and the whole state of Utah is now in a new realignment. So many teams have changed. The teams that are no longer in the region with Wasatch, let's see, Spanish Fork, Provo, and Salem.
Yeah. And teams that we've been in our region for a long time.
Forever, yeah. So it's a different look, similar but different look.
Right.
So once again, the teams in the new Region 7 is Cedar Valley, Maple Mountain, Orem, Springville, Timpview, and Wasatch.
Well, right now, Brent, Park City is winning the offensive line.
Quick pass to Carter Bacad.
That's a nice call.
And that's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards. That's a different look. So
yeah,
maybe they're trying different things.
Coach Knight is getting it. Carter's been successful, and let's get it in his hands in open space.
And another quick shotgun, no huddle. It's going to be Carter Bacad again getting the call. He's touching the ball a lot, almost as much as McCurdy.
Coach Knight is getting them on the ball. They want to go fast.
3rd down and about 2.
Well, you want, as a defense, you don't want short 3rd downs. As an offense, this is where you want to be.
Carter Bacad's going to get the 1st down.
This is where you want to be. You want to create yourself short 3rd downs, convert, and just grind them down. So,
and I'm telling you, Ken, I don't know, Bacad, I am huffing and puffing. He's just touched the ball 3 times, 1 from a pass and 2 runs, and he's still in there. And this time, heavy pressure, but again to Bacad. Oh, Bacad gets
great idea.
Tripped up. Boy, he was going to get a 1st down, but
great idea on the screen. As hard as they were coming,
and I want to say that tackle for Park City. I think I lost the young man who made that great trip tackle, but unfortunately I don't. So it's 2nd down. There's Bacad again. He's going to get another 1st down almost.
Benjamin Beatty, number 1 for Park City. He made a shoestring tackle against Mac earlier.
Okay.
That
might have been him.
He's a talented kid.
So another 1st down and another quick gunslinger with no huddle. Bacad again.
Nice job, Carter.
Bacad is an absolute Iron Man right now.
Coach
just
Knight's
like McCurdy.
Coach Knight's getting in the flow.
He's coming off now.
Yeah. but he's calling a good game right here, mixing it up. He that screen would have popped for a little bit more. Yeah, Carter's blasted.
So it looks like it's about second down and about 4 yards.
Man, we got
This time
we have
it's
a receiver in there. We have Hutch Solomon.
Hutch Solomon, a sophomore, in there. He gets the handoff, but he lost a couple of yards. So it's going to be
Hutch 5'10",
but they moved
176.
it clear up. What is that? Is that just forward progress? Third down and 3,
We'll
about
take
2.5. Wasatch definitely interested in keeping
Pretty
that
similar
right
formation
there.
for spread offense. Trips right.
Solomon back behind, and this time it's going to be a pass. This time incomplete. I'm not sure who that was intended for.
Looks like an 84 Mason Gomez. Mason's been out there and trying to get a little bit of misdirection and a little wide receiver screen to the short side of the field.
And as you said, Ken, just pressure, making Matt Kelson just not have get his feet set the way he wanted to.
Well, and the tight coverage right there, that was a nice job defensively. That he kind of sniffed that out.
Fourth down here, 4th and 3. Kelson a little more time. This time, incomplete.
Wow, there's a gap, and it's numbered or lettered any way you want to do it. Our young men are not. You got to have each person assigned to a gap, and we're getting pushed out of that, and our linebackers are getting caught up in the wash, and they're running right by us.
Bodley's going to give it to McCurdy again. This time he's met. He gets about 3, maybe. It depends on where they line him up, 2 or 3 yards. So it'll be second down, and looks like about 1.
And those gaps will change. You notice the right guard pulled to the left on that, which creates another gap. And we have to be patient. And usually the young man over the pulling guard needs to just follow that play right to the ball.
Bodley back for the snap again with McCurdy. Gives it to McCurdy. He's met. Oh, and it got loose.
So in that time, guys, you saw him pull the guard and the tackle.
Boy, the first touch was by 76 Austin McNaughton. Almost had him, but McCurdy got loose.
And again,
they got a first down.
They're killing the right side. Their left side. They're killing our right side of our
offensive line.
Our defense. Didn't matter who's over there.
Defensive line.
Colton Brisk has been there the last couple series.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Wasatch 41. Looks like that time McCurdy got about a yard and a half.
So you notice every play they're pulling somebody. They're pulling a guard or a tackle, and sometimes both. And if you follow that, it's taking you to the play.
McCurdy comes out, so behind Bodley is going to be Elijah Warner, who scored a touchdown last possession for the Miners. This time 4 Wasps. Wow, he still almost got away.
So those are both defensive linemen. I don't know if there was a backer behind him, but you'll watch Coach Akana.
49 seconds, and Monzingo's going to take another timeout.
Coach Akana will call a blitz, and it disrupts things a little bit. And what that does is it gets us in the backfield a little bit quicker. We just got to wrap up.
And yet, still, it looks like they did not gain a yard on that.
Right.
So Wasatch doing what you said, Ken, needed to happen. They are doing a stand right now here at the end of the second quarter, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Now the drawback to blitzing all the time is you get caught in the backfield and somebody gets through and it's another wide open lane and you don't have anybody at the second level. Levels in football, you got the D-line on the first level, linebackers the second level. Park City is pulling somebody, and they also have a position. I call it the sniffer, but it's a guy that's close right up behind the line.
So
he's not here there, but
3rd down and 10. This is a huge play for both teams. Bodley's going to throw. It is incomplete over the intended passer.
And Garrett Christensen's getting held. He came hot off the hit our left side, their right side, and that lineman was just grabbing Garrett's arm.
So it'll be 4th and 10. Wasatch got the stop that they needed. Let's see what Park City's going to do here. At this point, here we go. It's going to be It's going to be Dellenbach's going to come in. Here's the test. This
Wow.
is going to be a 58-yard field goal attempt.
Man, you've never seen that in our day,
Well,
Brett, and it is more common. We're going for it on 4th down.
Are they doing it just to show and
You
they
know,
got
and
Wasatch
it
to call a timeout?
could be, and and I've said earlier, we've went without a traditional high safety look, whether it be one safety or 2 safeties, and we've been burned on the pass. But I think the reason Coach Khan is doing that is to get more of our dudes in the box, and that box meaning the interior.
Okay.
We call them the front 7, the 3 or 4 linemen, 3
here we
linebackers.
So here we go after the timeout. They're going to go. Dellenbach is going to attempt a 58-yard field goal, which will be the longest high school field goal I've ever seen if he makes it. Wow.
Enough leg.
Got a little bit on it.
He got it.
Unbelievable.
He got it.
Cleared that goal post by about a yard. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be one of the biggest one of the longest high school field goals you will ever see.
I don't know. Maybe somebody can check us and find out what the record is. If somebody wants to buzz in on our channel and fill that in, jump to the UHSAA page.
Unbelievable.
And that was right down the middle, and cleared it. He had a few feet. It wasn't.
Yeah, no. I mean, it maybe not more than a yard or so, but still, holy cow!
Super confident on that too. And I guess from my point, the momentum. You've kept the momentum. No, you didn't score, but you just got a long field goal.
Wow!
You're gonna go up. You're gonna go up with a couple touchdown lead against a good Wasatch team and a rivalry, and you're home. This is where you want to be if you're Park City. This is not where you want to be if you're Wasatch.
We're gonna look it up. We're gonna Google this.
So deep for Wasatch, you got Will Wright and my man JoJo Hire. Joe, if you have, and they're going to kick away from JoJo, which is smart.
Yeah, they kicked it out of the end zone from him the whole time. It's a 27-14 lead. I'm looking up to see. I don't know how updated this is, but I'm on the Utah High School Athletic Activities Association. Oh, it's not going to make it easy for me. Let's see.
Yeah, it's not in. It's in like PDF form, and you got to bounce 300 pages.
So Wasatch does have 38 seconds. They're going down, and that is caught. That is caught by Carter Bucad.
Nice ball. You couldn't have put that ball anywhere. Carter didn't catch that in his body. He turned and snagged that out of his hands and kept his feet for a few. And
that is a 27-yard completion.
Great pitching catch.
Once again, quick snap.
He got mugged. Our receiver got mugged over there. That was Will Wright. But we got a flag before that. So I wonder if that was inadvertent or that guy over there, Coach Coburn's giving him an earful.
So we're looking to see. It looks like they're going to march off against Wasatch.
And Coach would be right.
Legal procedure.
However, that whistle was before, but I guarantee you he had no intention of pulling the flag, and our guy was mugged.
Wow. Oh, on the pass.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
that ball to him, the whistle went off before the snap, but he was mugged.
So a 5-yard penalty will bring it back. Wasatch Kelson going to get it downfield, and that's incomplete. It was looking toward Bucad.
We're not getting separation. Carter's tired, and he's looked like he's picking up a safety right there on him. JoJo's outside, wide side of the field, and you got a deep double safety look right there. It's kind of a prevent.
Kelson back to pass down the middle of the field. That is incomplete. Looked like it might have been touched by. Man. That would be.
That shows some arm strength.
I can't see his number for Park City. I think it's number 3. That would be Corbin Towery. It looked like he might have touched it. just to make it right over the outstretched
Tended for
hands.
Will Wright, who had a hand on it, but got hit as soon as he.
3rd and 15 for Wasatch.
That's a good arm. How are you going to get that? Oh, my
And
gosh.
just
He almost come up
knocked
with
out
that.
of the hands of number 12, Colton Bassett.
You got a flag over here, and it could be a holding right at the line. So when our guy went to get off.
A holding on Wasatch?
No, Park City, I would think.
Oh, gotcha.
I would think.
They're talking to Park City like they're asking them. Yeah,
Oh, it's on us.
It's going to be declined, so it's going to be 4th down.
And the flag was all the way out in the flats. So maybe they both saw it and threw it. I was assuming it was almost a pump and go. I was assuming the DB grabbed our receiver.
8 seconds remaining. Wasatch going to do one more Hail Mary type pass, I would imagine.
So quads look, 4 receivers to the wide side of the field.
And there'll be a timeout on the field.
And Mason Gomez is the lone receiver at the bottom of the field.
Well, we're looking up the on the UHSAA website. We're looking up the field goals. Here we go. Now that is number of field goals. Longest field goal. Guess what? He is not the best. The longest field goal in Utah history. There's 2 different students, kickers, kicking at 62 yards.
Wow.
3 more kicking at 60 yards. 2 kicking at 59 yards, and then several at 58. So you can put
that's crazy. 8.4
you can put Dellenbach in there. He's going to be in the top 10.
8.4 seconds left. Looks like we're going to punt.
History.
We're not. I thought they might let Mac, who's got the arm strength. He's not going to throw it to the end zone. Let him just put it up, be as good as a
Wasatch will
kick.
punt away. This time the kick up high and over to the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Safe that hung. Even if we would have kept that in, that's not bad on the hang time.
Yeah.
So really, we are struggling to corral that run game and that offensive line. They're pulling somebody and sometimes 2 guys every time, and we are not picking that up. The size is 73, right tackle for Park City. He's a big boy. That's a good size line on the right side. However, they've been having most of their success on the left side.
Park City will take 1 snap. There's 1.9 seconds. He's
yeah.
going to take a knee. So at the halftime.
Wow.
Park City High School in command, 27-14 over the Wasatch Wasps. And we thank you for joining us here on Sting TV, here in Park City, Utah, at Park City High School. Brent Martindale here with Ken Purdy, Corey Lang, and the gang. And we're happy to have football here going again once again here in the 2023 football season.
And a beautiful night. So make some adjustments. And Park City probably not going to keep doing what they're going to do. They're going to throw some wrinkles in there because they know we're going to adjust to stop that run. But Wasatch High School, we've got to win back that line of scrimmage because we are not playing that pull very well. And I've been on the other end of that. Springville, Coach Christensen, who is one of the D-line coaches for Wasatch High, we were talking about several years ago, Jason Money, quarterback for Springville High, ran up for about 400 yards, and they did that exact same thing. They pulled almost every play, and we just could not pick it up.
So we're going to take a break at halftime. We're going to be back just a couple minutes before the second half kickoff, which I believe will be Wasatch kicking to Park City.
I think so. Yep.
So thank you once again for joining us here on Sting TV. And once again, halftime score 27-14 for the Park City Miners over the Wasatch Wasps. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, here to Sting TV for Wasatch High School. We are in Park City, Utah. And the Wasatch Wasps, in their first football game of the 2023 season, find themselves down at halftime 27-14. Good fortune has most definitely found Park City Miners. They have earned a big lead, and Ken Purdy here in the booth talking a little bit about. Let's talk first. Wasatch down a couple of touchdowns here,
Right.
almost. And what is it that the Wasps need to do? Let's talk a list. First, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we've talked about the defensive box or that front seven, and Park City's offensive line is owning us up there. We're finding it hard to adjust. They're opening big gaps where their backs are just they're not running through it 100 miles an hour. They're letting it develop, and almost every time it is a guard or a tackle, and sometimes both, that are pulling. So you've got 4 or 5 guys on one side of the line opening up holes for Park City, and they have exposed us there. Conversely, we're a little bit spread out. Like I said earlier, we don't have a traditional high safety. We've moved all of our guys up in the box to help with the run, and we're still getting gashed. So
that's a good word. At this point.
Hopefully we've made some adjustment, and it's hard. I mean, you went through fall ball like 20-something practices, and this is the only defense you've run. So now you got to get in a game time situation and make a little adjustment. And you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You don't want to put a whole new defense in. Not saying they're not going to come out and do that. I doubt it. But we have got to win back the line of scrimmage. And I think some of the thing is some pressure off the edge for Wasatch. I know Coach Akana likes the blitz to kind of disrupt some things, and that might be our ace in the hole. And however, with that theory, you expose yourself. You don't have anybody on the second level because everyone's running in the backfield, and that's a nice call.
There you go. There's
and
an onside
middle
kick.
dribble.
Wow.
Coach Coburn is famous for that, and we are
absolutely stunning the
high
Park
percentage
City crowd here.
And on the other side of the ball, offensively, we've had some shining moments. Carter Bacad's run the ball well. Max thrown the ball well. Had a turnover on an interception where linebackers stand right there. But we're always kind of pressing. It kind of seems like we're always in the hole. So I'd like to see a little bit more balanced off, kind of methodical, and let Coach Knight get a rhythm. I feel like he's kind of, since the first couple of series, he's not been in a rhythm tonight. So we'll see what they come out and do.
I was about to talk about turnovers.
Yeah.
Do you call that a turnover?
I don't know. I think theoretically it is. Yeah.
I just don't know what else to really put that stat.
It's a good point. I never thought about that.
Watching, and I know Park City crowd's just stunned.
Yeah.
Like, what just happened? That was an onside kick. Perfection.
Yes. And
perfection.
We do it great. Coach Coburn.
Second about 7. That pass is complete.
That's a back shoulder.
JoJo. Boy, we didn't hear. JoJo is still on his feet.
On his feet.
That 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, he's got down. Unbelievable. Broke about 3 tackles there.
You have to have a special kid at QB to throw that back shoulder. I mean, you got to have an arm. I'm not saying that a lot of kids at 5A level could do that, but Matt Kelson did that well.
Kelson hands it off to Bacad. Bacad
there we go.
Flips one tackle, another, but this time he's met and he's going to be brought down. Forward motion's going to probably get him to about the 5-yard line. And so it'll be second down. Boy, that onside kick has been huge to turn the tide quickly. Kelson's going to go to the end zone just over the outstretched hand of JoJo Heyer.
JoJo's got to press that corner a little deeper and then step back and give him some room. He turned pretty quick. Mac let it go pretty quick, but I think Mac wanted him outside a little bit.
Actually, this is third down. This will be third, and it is 3rd and goal, but it's about, and there I believe is another procedure.
And that's on a
penalty. That will be the 4th illegal procedure penalty against Wasatch.
Boy, and that's on
4 times. So it'll now be 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line instead of the 6-yard line.
I believe that was on Connor Cox.
So a couple of plays here. Wasatch an opportunity to completely change the momentum of the game.
Right. And I was just getting ready to say before that penalties, we really need to come away with a score here. At least a field goal.
A
we got to
field
put some
goal
points on
would
it.
still be something.
Yeah, it would be. Absolutely.
Back to pass into the end zone. No good.
That's
wow.
sailed on. Okay.
Now there's going to be a flag.
Yep.
And
rightfully so. I don't know how malicious that was.
That looked, I was going to say, not because it didn't look like it could have been caught.
Oh, yeah. And he could have hit him harder. And I think he was, it's a physical game. The kid just got a hands on him. Again, I don't know if that was malicious. He picked him up. He could have took his head off. But that sailed on Mac, and we just got bailed out. Now,
that's going to be the first penalty against Park City since the first quarter.
Look over there on this right-hand side. I'd like to see us expose that a little bit. We went to the short side of the field.
So it's going to remain 3rd down, but now it's back to where almost the original line of scrimmage was. So it'll be 3rd and 5.
So man-to-man for Park City.
But 5, it's still 3rd and goal. Sorry, Ken.
You can get him on some crossing routes on a man-to-man.
And he is met with a heavy tackle that time by, is that 71?
Wow, they sniffed that out.
Ryan Walsh with a huge tackle. Boy, and they're going to bring out the kicking team. So Wasatch giving in a little bit to just being able to get a field goal, which will still be a huge, huge thing. Bring this game within 10.
When I said earlier, allow Coach Knight to get in a rhythm, it's tough to get in a rhythm when you call a run play like that and you have the defensive lineman in your lap, like in seconds. So I don't know what the play. I don't know if it was a complete give or it was an accident. If there's a screen called off that, but that defensive line just walked by us.
Yeah, I read that one. Ashton Southland will come out and attempt what looks to be about a 19-yard field goal, and that is good. Am I right with that? About 19-ish? So?
Yeah.
So maybe just 15. No,
but boy,
got to be.
I'll tell you what, Ashton makes it look easy. So it looked like it was about 10 yards when he kicks it, but yeah, we came away from points.
Okay, so Wasatch with the score, and boy, that changed quickly.
Right.
Wasatch with the onside kick. And just absolutely fooled everybody in the stadium.
And Coach, you talk about momentum, and it's big in high school ball. Kids' emotions are high, really high and really low in high school. You get momentum by winning that onside kick, and then we have the D line just blow by our offense and get tackled in the backfield on a good series right there. And where we came away with points, we didn't grab up a lot of the momentum. Right? I feel like Park City still kind of holds that.
Kind of doused it a little bit, but still, it's just you just want to get close. Now it's still
you want to stick them in the heart, you score, right?
Yep. The touchdown would have been a 1-score game, so both feet in the end zone. So I was looking up the rule a little bit for that. If both feet are in the end zone when they catch it, they have to call a touchback.
Okay.
In high school.
But if there's only one,
if
one
foot
I didn't
is
know that.
on the field, I believe that's my understanding.
You could be right.
So
it was enacted as a safety feature,
Yeah.
So
right.
The other thing too, tackling. We have had a lot of missed tackles. So as I say, we're out of position. There's times when we've been right there at the tackle and it has got away from us.
So Park City takes over their 20-yard line. Newcomer Sebastian Bodley is back at the quarterback and hands it off to McCurdy, who has been, in my opinion, was the first half player of the game.
And I'll tell you what, that we came out, we kind of set the tone a little bit there. We talk about gap integrity, controlling those gaps. We did that time. We didn't get our heads down, D-line's heads up. They're looking in the backfield. They got rid of his guy and made the tackles.
McCurdy not behind Bodley this time. McCurdy out for a pass. And Bodley's going to take it, but he's going to get met by
So what I love about that is 99, your senior, your best D lineman, he held his integrity, and then the chase down the side. He made that tackle, 10, 12 yards outside the box. And that's what we got to have.
Those were working a little bit for Park City earlier, but they were going to their left.
Right.
And we almost haven't seen that again.
Right.
So 3rd and 10. Boy, another
So
opportunity.
more straight up
for
blocking
Wasatch
here, Brent, is my explanation. Maybe you'll see a pull here.
And there's the
There's
kick
that-
to the
there's that-
left.
there's that
but this
top.
time,
Okay.
McCurdy is caught, and there are lots of wasps everywhere, and he
That-
gets hit
That
hard.
looked like a block in the back to me, but
Tackled by Addie Holmes of Wasatch.
nice job.
And I
Addie.
think also helped by, I don't know who the other player was. Was that Brisk? Anyway, either way, it'll be 4th down.
So
And,
that's why you got to stay home on the side, stay disciplined there. And we got a little bit out of sorts, but we had enough room from the big play early. And boy, we got a young man out there.
There's going to be a quick kick. It's going to go, looks like it's kind of short and over to the right sideline.
And that's what I do. That's what I'd do if JoJo Heyer was back there too.
Yeah, just kick it away from him.
No way I'd kick it to that young man.
JoJo Heyer, boy, they did a really good job of quieting JoJo Heyer.
Yeah.
He was in the first 5 plays,
Well,
and but after that,
one of the things you got to do as a receiver is you got to create separation. And I haven't, especially down in the red zone, a couple of passes to JoJo in the end zone. He has got to create more separation. It means he's got to get into that corner, and then he's got to make a big step back towards the ball and give Mac a window to throw that in. But he's the dude this year. He didn't get as many passes last year, and we're going to rely on JoJo's number one receiver, number 1 for us. So he's going to have some big games, and I'm really proud of Carter Bacad stepping up. And we're going to go empty right out of the bat.
so here we go, right off the top. Matt Kelson back by himself. Down 10 points, 27-17. Kelson looks right. He has a receiver in
Great
Bacad
catch.
caught. That's a 1st down, and he creeps into Park City territory.
You didn't get to see it a lot last year, but Carter Bacad catches the ball as good as anybody. Catches it in his hands, away from his body, tucks it away. We had this kid named Crew Erickson, and so you didn't get to see Carter. Carter did a little more blocking than catching, but man, great job.
Kelson's getting pushed
There
to
you
his
go,
right.
buddy.
He's going to get past the line of scrimmage
And
and
we
out
got
of
a
bounds.
flag down there. What would that be for? What would that be for? He's looking at our guy, and I'm not
Park
getting
City
that.
looking a little confused, but right now I'm not sure what that will be. On the play, Kelson ran out of bounds. It looked like he probably gained about 4 or 5 yards. So as it stands right now, it'll be 2nd and about 5.5, 6.
You know, Brent, that's an added component to your offense when the quarterback can run like that when things are breaking down, and that's a benefit in the empty because you don't have anybody in the backfield. Everybody's got their back turned on coverage, and then you can run for it.
Still waiting for the call from the referees. They are talking to Coburn on the sideline. So here's the call.
Was it a hold?
So it looks like a defensive holding.
So it was probably
against Park City.
deep in the back, and it was probably on JoJo coming across. You notice they got they have a too high safety look, and this safety on our left side is shading JoJo.
That will create a 1st down for Wasatch. As we mentioned, Park City didn't have a penalty since the 1st quarter, and now they've had 2 in the first 10 minutes. This is
Mac again.
Matt Kelson is going to get brought down.
You don't want to run him too much, but that's good. But what they tried to do there, they had a trips left, and JoJo's coming across the middle, and he was open there, and the
Kelson was
pressure
brought down.
The pocket's just collapsing on Mac, and he's got to pull it down.
Kelson in the backfield, 2nd and about 11.
There it is again.
Pass caught
Same
this
play.
time by JoJo Heyer. He's brought down. That'll be a 1st down for Wasatch.
Brent, same play where they're bringing JoJo. I think he's the far outside receiver, and he's a little slow off the ball, and then he cuts behind the number 2 receiver, and he is wide open.
There looked like a lot of open field.
That's
in
what I
midfield.
like to see here.
JoJo Heyer brought down another completion this time.
Getting this dude the ball. Get your playmakers the ball. Great call, Coach Knight.
Heyer gains. It looks like that pass gains about 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 4.
I think you're going to see a run again.
No huddle quickly. Kelson back, looking left again. Looks over there.
Oh, great job.
And that is caught. It is a touchdown. They're going to
100%.
touchdown Wasatch. That is, and I think JoJo Heyer, he's getting up a little slowly, maybe a cramp.
So again,
touchdown Wasatch.
Look where Mac put that ball Coach.
Yeah,
that
just
was
to the right, away from the defender.
About a foot and a half off the ground where only JoJo can get it. That was a great pitch and catch. Season quarter, again, I keep saying it. You got to have a dude at quarterback that can throw that.
And that is the second connection between Kelson and Heyer tonight. Earlier in the first quarter.
Yep.
And here early in the third quarter.
Money.
Extra point is up and good, and that makes this a 3-point a game. Unbelievable how things change quickly.
Ashton Southland's my neighbor, and I got to apologize to him. I don't even watch him when he kicks a field goal because he's so automatic.
Because it's automatic.
Dude, the kid's got a leg. But JoJo's on the sideline, got some cramps. They're stretching him out, which it happens.
Yeah. Early in the season especially.
There's Ryan Bishop, our assistant principal, over there assisting. He's been a long-time coach of the year, a couple of state champs, and he's over there helping JoJo. He knows it. You know what I love about our administration? Every one of those dudes in a Wasatch shirt are on our side and wanting us to win and support.
Yeah.
Justin Kelly, our principal. You couldn't ask for two bigger sports fans. I love it.
So here we go. This is now a 3-point game after being down big at the half in less than a half a quarter. Yep. Wasatch with that. And Park City probably taking this a little more seriously this time on the watching for the onside kick. This time the kickoff will go.
You usually only get that once, Brent.
Yeah. Coburn really good or his staff, knowing how to read and seeing where they're at.
Right.
And you're right. Now that it's happened, it can't be the same. But that really opens up things on.
Yeah. Well, you talk about another head coach, Norm Hayter, has a couple state champion basketball titles to his name, and one in Oregon, I believe, too. Norm is the special teams coach. And I remember my days with Coach Coburn. It was implanted, and Norm loved it. Norm would run it every play if he could.
Sebastian Bodley, the newcomer, back, hands that off to McCurdy.
Good job.
McCurdy
Good job.
Met quickly. Already you can see a huge difference on the defensive line.
D-line,
that run.
Standing up, using their hands, keeping that block off of them. And I haven't seen Park City pull. They were so successful in the first half. Yeah. I'm wondering why they've gone away from that.
I mean, I apologize. That was not McCurdy. That was Alexander Moore. So McCurdy lining up as a wideout. Wow. The last several plays.
That's interesting.
Bodley back to pass. Okay. He's going to throw to McCurdy, and it is dropped.
So Colt, boy,
that was right in his hands.
I don't know. Colton Brisk, I'm going to be a little tough on him because he's probably one of the better linebackers in the state. And I don't know what his read is, but McCurdy is going out, and unless they're playing a cover two where the corner's setting there, he's letting that dude go out. Oh. I don't know if it's man-to-man. I don't know if Colton needs to continue to widen, but kid's wide open, lucked out by dropping it.
Third down for Park City. They have seen a few. They've had third down conversions. This time Bodley is heavily attacked. He's going to be run out of bounds.
Kid is an athlete.
Boy, and he might have gotten the first down.
He got it.
Depends on where they line that up.
99 can only do so much from where he's at, and he held his ground.
Bodley. That was just an athletic first down right there. That was like him against the team.
I believe Abe Willer ran that down. I don't know. And Addie Holmes is this outside backer on this side. I don't know if we're in a man-to-man cover. I don't know why Addie would be not there. Maybe it was Colton the last time.
Also in the no huddle, this time it's McCurdy.
Yep, there's that pull.
Getting loose. He is quick and wily.
So now we're seeing just what they did the first half. They're pulling a guard and a tackle. They're taking their time, and they're running behind that train.
It is what they've done. That was the fifth. Right. That play before was the fifth third down conversion at 3rd and 10. That's happened in this game for Park City. So that's another big sign for him, and another first down on the last play.
And guys, I'm just going off the cuff because I can't see a replay either, but looks like Garrett's holding his gap, and they're getting the second level, which is Abe, and Abe's getting just turned around.
Bodley back to pass. He's going to throw to the left sideline. Caught. I believe that is once again McCurdy. McCurdy brought down. That's not McCurdy. I apologize. That was Elijah Warner.
Just again, got to wrap up.
And another first down. Maybe not. Maybe they're calling it. Nope, they're getting it a first down. So
And Bodley's he doesn't have a strong arm, but he's pretty accurate within 20 yards.
another first down. It's 3 first downs on 3 plays in a row.
Dang it.
There is another wide open look.
Okay.
That time for Moore.
Addie Holmes.
Once again, Elijah Warner, sophomore running back for the Miners. And
Outside
he is
linebacker.
not very big. Boy, he is quick. He's just getting around.
Got to make some adjustments there. They're getting a lineman out there on Addie and just locking him up. Coach Akana is running the defense. He's usually a linebacker coach. He's probably trying to coach him up a little bit on that. It's tough.
2nd down and 2. Again, given to Warner. Warner getting a lot of looks here. Another first down, and boy, another nearly 10-yard run.
And listen, Addie Holmes is probably not a traditional linebacker. The kid is an outstanding receiver. I think he's got an injury to a finger. That's why he's over on playing more defense. But it's not a natural position for a big, tall, lanky kid like that. But he's got to get his base down, and it's a good lineman too.
Looking at the scoreboard, if you're seeing that, there's definitely a little problem with the scoreboard right now. There's Bodley. Almost picked off. Wow, that was just right in the arms of Cole Kelson.
Last year, Colton was money on those. And one of those where you just look up and it's in your face. Again, Bodley's he is not accurate at beyond 20 yards.
Bodley whipping it. He has a whip action arm, and he has that sly southpaw sort of look. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on that near interception. That's going to, once again, they're giving it to Warner. Nope. I apologize. So you've got Elijah Warner, 25, and William McCurdy, 26, that just look almost identical.
They do.
And their numbers are near the same.
That was 20. Is that 5 or 6? I can't tell.
I think that was 5. I think that was Warner. But I don't know.
Colton Brisk on the stop.
Once again, here is that 3rd down play where they bring the quarterback bodily out.
Yep.
And so it will either go to Elijah Warner
or Tabarachi
or
15. And
McCurdy has done it too, but now you're right. Tabarachi did it last time as well. So 3rd down for the Miners. It goes to McCurdy. McCurdy gets across.
You know where it's coming.
Can't quite see if he made it. It does look like a first down for the Miners.
Wow. Okay.
Miners have moved the ball very well in this possession with the runs.
We're looking a little gassed on that. Colton Brisk is turning around, making a call with his safety back there. But he's almost got his head turned almost every time the ball snap. I think, Colt, you got to have a kid with that much talent locked in right there.
Tabarachi still out there at QB. This time this is
good
also
job, Colt.
With Navarro. But boy, they are running a different look. They're just running 5 different plays with different QBs or running backs or different looks. So second, that is a gain of about 3.5 or 4. And here comes Sebastian Bodley back into the game.
Colton Brisk
at the quarterback.
Shuffled down, stayed home, made that tackle. He is looking a little gassed over there.
Bodley back at quarterback, and I can't quite tell if that's Warner or McCurdy. It is McCurdy. He gets the ball, goes up the middle. He is untouched. Touchdown for the Miners of Park City. And I mean untouched.
Man.
It looked like he hardly had a ball, a hand on a shoulder pad. So touchdown, that'll be the 3rd touchdown of the game for William McCurdy. No, I take that back. 2nd touchdown of the game for William McCurdy. So, kick team out. Kick team out to try to make this a 10-point game. 2:27 left here in the 3rd quarter. And after the momentum was changed by Wasatch.
Oh, JoJo about got that.
Very quickly at the start of the half. Park City did an amazing job to get that momentum back.
And, when we saw some good adjustments, it just looks like we're getting a little bit tired, outside backer. So let's back up. The first series, I noticed Park City didn't pull very much. They went back to pulling that guard. That guard is pulling, and he's getting to the second level to that outside backer and locking him up, and they're having their way with us. And so when you spread your guys out to take away those outside runs, now they're running it back up the middle. So what an offensive coordinator is supposed to do, take what you give them, right?
Well, and
you soften it up outside, you run it inside.
Minimum number of plays on that drive, too. There were 3 different times excuse me, that the first down was done in one play.
Right.
And again, the third down conversions, again, to me, that's just a glaring thing right now.
Sure.
Third down and fourth down conversions that Wasatch just has not been able to convert. So, at least defensively.
Right.
Now, if you missed it earlier in the game, the picker for Park City High School, David Dellenbach, a senior, kicked a 58-yard field goal. So we looked that up in the record books on Utah High School Activities Association, and it turns out that it is the 4th longest kick in Utah history, tied for 4th. And for your information, the longest kick is 62 yards, done by 2 different players. A 60-yard field goal has been kicked by 3 different players, and 2 players have kicked 59-yard field goals. This is in the entire Utah history of football. And then, of course, David Dellenbach will have his name in the record books with a 58-yarder, and you just don't see that.
No.
Ken, tell me, you kick a 58-yard field goal in a high school game, your phone's ringing, right?
You would think.
So you're thinking college coaches are calling and knocking down the door for something like that.
And the soccer programs that both these schools have, there's probably no shortage of kids that can step up and do that.
That kick by Dellenbach goes out of the back of the end zone. So Wasatch will take over with 2:27 left in the third quarter at their own 20-yard line. So what a big night. We're going to look at scores around the region here in just a minute. But, we got a barn burner here. Right now, Park City in control by 10. But, boy, Wasatch showed they can get back in it so quickly.
I think you always got a chance when you got number 13 back there at quarterback. Matt Kelton is probably one of the better QBs in the state. You always got a chance when you got a good quarterback.
We want to talk about that a little bit, see what there's Kelson up. That pass is incomplete. Looks like the intended receiver was Mason Gomez.
Mason's a sophomore, as is Solomon, 35. And again, he's got to get wider. Mac's going to throw you open. You got to get to the ball.
So this pass is complete this time. Carter Brucott, he's going to run down, get about 6 yards.
Nice block.
Maybe 5. That will be third down. This will make it third down here. Third and about 5.
I believe that was Colton Bassett. Great block, Colton Bassett.
No huddle offense. Wasatch jumps right in it. Kelson looks to his right. He's going to run to his right. He's going to get hit and goes down. Might have lost a yard. And that means, once again, it's going to be fourth down.
He pulled that down quickly. I wonder if that was a planned run.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, boy, it was read quickly by Park City. So, in 4 plays, Wasatch
giving it back.
4 and out. Wasatch giving up. This will be the 4th punt of the game for Wasatch.
Early in the year, you're seeing guys run in late. That drives Coach Coburn crazy.
I'm not seeing any scores updated on Deseret News.
Got a flag, so.
Ball is picked up by Park City. Run to the right side. That's by 10 yards. That is going to be
another flag.
Number 11.
That was a block below the waist.
Carson Navarro. So there's 2 different penalties in the play, right? Is that what you're saying?
So I'm thinking could have been movement on us because the white hat threw that way deep.
Okay.
Could have been movement on us before the snap, and then I think you got a block below the. I don't think you can block below the waist.
But if it was movement, wouldn't they have called it dead? Even right at the snap.
Yeah, I think the ball. I think the ball was snapped. I don't know. So it'd have to be offsides on somebody. It'd be great if it was both penalties on them.
At midfield. As I mentioned,
You
we
can't.
are.
You can't. I'm sorry, Brent. You can't
Nope.
block below the waist on a kickoff. I don't know about a punt, but he took 2 kids out on that block. It was effective.
All right, there's some scores finally. So while we're deciding this, right now Springville is handing it to Dixie, 34-7, in the fourth quarter. It looks like, and Lehigh taking it to Davis in the third quarter, 20-7.
Picking up right where they left off.
Yep. Pleasant Grove in the looks like at the half, 18-0 over Farmington. Whatever penalty or penalties,
Yeah, it was both on
that
them.
is going against Park City.
So it was a block below the waist. And
So the run got Park City up to their own, looks like about 46-yard, but boy, this is being marched clear back to the 32-yard line.
so I think you may be right on the back one, Brent. I don't know that was movement for us. I think that was an offsides.
Okay.
Or that would have been called dead. So both of them, Park City. Block was effective. You took 2 guys out, but yeah, you went low to get that. And they were right on it. That's a good call by the side judge.
So Park City marched back to their own 32-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10 with 1 minute left here in the third quarter.
And boy, those are the breaks you need sometimes. So now we're putting them deep in their territory. Get a stop.
But boy, the Wasatch defense has been on the field a lot.
Yeah, it has.
The last few minutes.
It has.
So this time, McCurdy is stopped. I believe that's McCurdy. We're from here on out, we're going to know whether it's McCurdy or Warner.
One of the way you combat the pulling guard is
McCurdy. It looks like
you can't get much penetration. So D-line normally want to get up the field, get the sack, make the tackle about. You can't get a lot of penetration when you have pulling guards. So you've got to stay home and just let it kind of come to you and not get scooped, pushed out of the way.
2nd and 10. McCurdy once again gets hit again. He might have gotten a couple of yards that time. You can tell Park City not worried about doing the rush,
right?
No huddle. Even though it's no huddle, they're just taking their time.
And
letting a little time kicking off the clock.
Coach Bishop is I call it Coach Bishop. Ryan Bishop, our assistant principal, offensive coordinator, several years. He talked about the kind of the move to a lot of these guys doing the NASCAR and the fat, going really fast.
City gonna let this clock run out.
You got to adjust it a little bit. So don't always do that. You got to come back, and they've done a really good job at doing that.
So that'll be the end of the third quarter, and we are in a barn burner here in Park City, Utah. 34-24 Park City Miners over the Wasps of Wasatch.
I know you're down 10, but I'd like to see us establish the running game a little bit. Carter did a great job. Line was giving us some holes. There were times they were right in the backfield. So I get why you might be a little gun shy. I want to throw it. And you got a great quarterback, right? But take a little pressure off Mac and maybe get that run game. And Coach has only thrown one screen. I think you tried to throw one earlier, but he's only thrown one screen tonight. As quick as they're getting upfield, that might work in our benefit. But again, you got to get it set up, and the pass sets that up.
Looking at a few more scores across the state, Corner Canyon absolutely hammering Granger 49-7 in the third quarter. Here's a surprise. I think Bountiful is supposed to do well this year.
Yeah, they are.
They're getting beat by Harriman 21-6 in the third quarter.
Oh, that's a
big one
tighter
there.
than they thought.
Timpview and Skyridge. That's a fun little 5A, 6A game.
I think they picked Skyridge right there too.
Bodily almost picked off.
Good job,
that
kid.
time. And I don't know that number automatically, so we're going to look that up. That is Porter Cooch.
So Colton Bassett
almost
looked like
with the interception.
Colton Bassett was on top of that route, and Mr. Cooch came underneath and got in that passing lane, knocked it down.
It's going to be fourth down for Park City, and I would imagine right now back is Carson Navarro, and he's going to do the quick kick again. Yep. He steps back a couple steps, and there's a quick kick. And
it's effective.
It's very effective. I love it.
And you don't want to give it to Joe. I mean, JoJo's going to get that anyway, right?
So this will give your defense a chance to, push Wasatch back to at least midfield of their own territory and make them have to earn it.
Yeah, I like that defensive stand. And you know
Wasatch, yes, with a big
things that we
defensive
weren't
stand,
doing
yes.
before is knocking down that pass. They were running the ball very effectively and then stabbing us with that 10, 15-yard comeback pass. And we defended that well. Let's see what we come out here offensively now.
So here we go. Matt Kelsenbach almost didn't get the snap. Looking to the right, he's got a pass. He's got
that's tough.
A receiver open and just out of the reach of JoJo Heyer is that pass. JoJo getting up slowly, probably with cramping going on.
Yeah, he is. Can't afford to get him, and you can't afford to lose Joe. This is a big game.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Matt Kelsenbach and not the handoff. Kelson's going to get the screen.
Good job.
Off to Carter Bricard. Bricard is met quickly, though, and that is another no-gain play, possibly a loss.
Boy, great thought, because I would have brought pressure too. Max dropping back to pass.
And there is a Wasatch player down, and it looks like it is another cramp. I had some listeners ask about cramps. Why do the players get so many cramps? Who knows? But the idea is it's early,
right?
And there is a lot of
still warm,
a lot of conditioning going on, and it is warm. It's not quite as warm, thankfully, as it has been a few weeks ago. But you know what? It's a combination of strength and early and water and hydration and what is it? The pickle juice? And
that's always been the remedy. They say, and really you see it early in the season, and because they've not gone this hard this long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these quick bursts,
they've done a lot of practice.
You have time in practice to go back and maybe talk about things. You're not going this fast, and both these offenses are moving fast. So, and JoJo's been. I haven't seen him as much on the defensive side of the ball, but he has been going a lot tonight.
Yeah. Well, it looks like that player's off. We didn't notice who it was. Oh, no, they're still down there working on whoever that is. While we're doing that, let's look at some of the other teams. So Orem is now in the new Region 7. They are down to East near the end of the third quarter, 14-7.
Wow.
We'll be keeping an eye on
Good game
Orem.
there.
Awesome. They have been awesome at times over the last few years. Spanish Fork no longer in our region, in the region for Wasatch, but they're down big, 28-0.
Cedar Valley getting it handed to them by Bear River.
Yeah, Bear River. Woo. Cedar Valley down big, 28-7, as Ken said. Skyview, who Wasatch will play here in a couple of weeks, or is it next week?
Yeah, I think next week.
They will be going to Skyview. They are hammering Salem Hills right now, 31-20 in the third quarter. I think at the end of the third quarter.
Well, shout out to the Payson Lions locking Maple up. That doesn't happen very often.
That was Carter Bricard.
Good for them.
That way they were stretching out. That is not a good sign right now for Wasatch. Carter Bricard was the player down and getting the stretch muscle treatment. So here we go. It'll be 3rd and 11. This is a big possession, I feel like, for Wasatch. If they can get a 3rd down completion, there is a rush.
Saw that late safety blitz.
Kelson is going down. That's going to be a big loss.
Great defensive call, Brent. So
is that a blitz?
You got everybody dropping, and that safety or linebacker was deep. He just held, and then he came full speed and disrupted. That was a great defensive call.
So Park City returning the defense to Wasatch after they were stopped. So Wasatch will return the punt, although this is the first punt for Wasatch since the second quarter. And so Wasatch down 10, 24-34, 10:48 left in the game, and they've got to give it away.
Need some breaks your way, too. They need a ball to roll their way. They need a pick, create a turnover.
So there's another timeout on the field. Looking more at scores. Again, we mentioned Maple Mountain in the Region 7. They are tied with Payson, who left a couple years ago from the region. 21 all.
Go Lions.
Provo getting their bits on Grantsville,
Yeah.
41-0 at the end of 3.
When Provo's picked to take their region.
Are they?
Yeah, so that's a.
Now, did they drop down to 4A or what?
Yeah.
Or did
Yes,
they?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I believe so.
Boy, that will
Yeah.
make them stuff. And other scores, looking at going through the state, looking for the one, let's see. I thought there was other Region 7s, but can't see any others. So
How my Duchesne Eagles doing, Coach?
let's look. Let's look and see here. We're down there. Let's see. Skyline getting beat by Viewmont.
Oh,
Brighton big over Desert Hills at the moment, only at the half. And here we go back into the action. The punt for Wasatch. That's a little lower kick. It's back a little bit, but it's going to take a Park City bounce. What hasn't tonight?
Yeah, no doubt.
And and I mean, I don't mean that badly. They have earned everything they've
No,
gotten,
you're
but,
exactly right. But the ball.
A couple of things have bounced their way. And
you need some good. You need some luck.
That's helpful. And let's see, Park City will come out. It's not actually looking like Sebastian Bodley is out there at quarterback.
That's Tabarachi.
Tabarachi and McCurdy.
So got to pick up on those cues when you got a different dude in there. So they're going to run the ball. I mean, for the most part, I mean, they're lined up in a heavy set.
It's going to go to McCurdy.
Pulling to the
McCurdy's
right.
Going to run, and he finds
We just don't have an
hole.
answer.
That's another big run.
Coach, it's like the old student body right, student body left that USC used to run with their famed running with Marcus Allen and O.J. Simpson. They just send everybody to that side, and that's all. They're putting more hats on one side of the ball than we are, and we are not getting to the ball.
Credit those runners for Park City. That's another big run for William McCurdy. I wish we had stats on him.
Man,
easily 150 yards running this game.
And absolutely, but I think one of these young ladies sitting next to me could run through those holes. They're wide open.
And that's a compliment. You're fast, I'm sure.
It's a real compliment.
So that time McCurdy hit and no gain. In fact, that was probably, no, not quite a loss. It looks like he got 1 yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 9.
Clock's
Wasatch
running.
Desperately needing a stop here and possession change somehow.
Now you got your horse. You got Bodley and McCurdy back in.
Neither team with a turnover since the first half. Park City had 2 turnovers.
Great job, Garrett Christensen on the tackle there.
Fumble and an interception, and Wasatch had 1 turnover, the interception early. But again, neither team with that. So another stop. Wasatch 1 yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
Brent, we're getting beat when they're sending more bodies to one side of the formation than we are on the pull, and we're getting stretched out.
Bodley back. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to his left. He's got a man open. And another first down for McCurdy.
So I talked about no high safeties. We've got 2 high safeties now, which you're pulling an extra tackler out of the box. Park City's just
right now another first down for Park City.
Park City coaches are doing a good job taking what's given to them.
Park City, as we mentioned, I wish we had stats on McCurdy, but Bodley has really actually completed a few passes.
Yeah, he has.
Team as well,
absolutely. So. I said earlier he's not super accurate beyond 20 yards, but he's done well tonight. Outside of the bomb he threw at the first of the game when nobody was guarding him, but again, I think you and I could have probably thrown that one.
So while we have a timeout, here's your Duchesne Eagles. They are down.
Wow, Uinta
in the 4th. So Uinta 18
by
to
4
8.
points.
It looked like they went into the 4th quarter with a lead. And they are down now 18.
I don't want to pour salt in Uinta's wounds, but that's a 2A, 3A, 4A match. You know what I mean? I don't know what Uinta is now. I think they're 4A.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got a 2A team, and we played them back when I was in high school, and dang near beat them.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's Uinta's tough. I mean, they're and here we go back to the action. That's going to be another snap right to McCurdy. This time he's met, Looks like he'll gain his typical 3 or 4 yards, although it seems like most of the night he's getting 9 or 10.
Yeah, we are just chasing.
And boy, Park City just doing a great job of chewing the clock and throwing the pass when they need it. And
so
second down and about 5 for
All
Park
right.
City. And again, Bodley is off the field, no quarterback. It's immediately this time to Navarro. Navarro runs through. He's going to get near a first down.
Here's a couple things I'm noticing here. We're tired. Because we're tired, we're not getting set. So we're not even set with our hand in the ground before the ball snapped, and they are into us, and I call it they're putting us on roller skates, and they're just pushing us back wherever they want to go.
Another first down for Park City. And once again, this is going to go to McCurdy. The snap just directly to McCurdy. McCurdy gets down the left sideline. I'm going to say he got 6 or 7 yards out of that. I'm looking at Wasatch players limping. I mean, that's Porter Cooch. He's limping back.
That's
this is
that's a tired defense, coach.
This is a big stand that's needed right now. They, if there ever was a time for the Wasps to dig, this time it's Navarro again. He's going to inch his way through, and once again,
we got D lineman not even set, and they got 2 guys in them before the ball's
a no huddle. Although a player has to come off.
That's a blessing.
City.
That kid has been a monster tonight. 73 is a dude.
Park City still without a regular quarterback out on the field. They have Tabaracci and Navarro. Navarro's going to get it. Boy, he's gotten a bunch this half.
You know, Coach, they have rolled a ton of kids in, and that might be a tribute. That might be why they're not cramping up
they're rested.
Like we are. You know, we kind of relied on the same guys. I know we've had some injuries in the backfield, and that kind of, I think Carter's your number 1 back option. But when you got other guys hurt that can't get in there and give him a blow, they're now number 10's in. They have rolled so many new kids in today.
10 is Owen Campbell. He has not.
Yeah.
No, he's over on the wide out. Okay, so I was thinking he's not been behind the snap
but not the same kids running all the time.
That's Bodley. This time gives it to, once again, McCurdy. That is William McCurdy with the touchdown. And I'm going to say he was not touched again. Ran over to the left.
I'm not so sure how.
Quite a play.
Not sure how safe that is, turning the lights on and off like that.
Yeah, I've never seen them all go off before.
I've seen. I could just see me getting a hot dog and stepping off the stairs. Wow.
Once again, a touchdown for Park City. And this extra point to make this
Coach,
a 17-point game.
Park City is running a blocking clinic on us tonight.
And the kick is up and good. That makes it 41-24 with 7:23 left in this game. Wasatch desperately needing another something to change the tide.
Yeah. Well, last year it was a 75-yard bomb to Crew Erickson. And then a Chris Cook 50-yard breakaway, and we don't have those options this year. Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting just a minute, we appreciate all of you listening here to Sting TV. I'm not sure how many road games we're going to do. Corey Lang here with us. He doesn't have a mic, but
boy, thanks, Coach, for putting this on.
Wait till you all see the amazing equipment truck that Sting TV has acquired.
That is sweet.
Unbelievable. I hope we do a lot of road games. Is what Corey Lang.
It is. I get so many people that talk about how great it is to be able to watch these games. And with this construction tonight, I can't blame some of the people for not wanting to come over here. That was, I know it's got to be done, but my heavens.
Yeah, the trip here to Park City, the closest location that we'll play.
Coach Lang just pointed out we got 815 views tonight.
That's awesome.
So if you're thinking
Thank
about
you so much for listening,
being a sponsor and getting your name out there, And believe you me, Heber City loves to support their local businesses. This is the place to sponsor because they do not pay Corey Lang enough to do what he does here.
So here we go. Wasatch in their hour of need. Matt Kelson back and 5 different wideouts. Kelson is going to feel pressure, run to his right. The pass is complete, and that is JoJo Heyer. He's going to spin move and get a couple more
Great
yards.
job, Mac. Squaring his shoulders up, stepping in the throw.
Cramp. Looks like his cramp's in his calf, I'm guessing. And, boy, that is just so hard. And you know what? You got to be so careful.
Sure.
That is
we got to be a little careful here, too.
A muscle strain because that's the thing that gets you out for a few weeks. So that's a first down. That's what Wasatch needed.
Got to make sure Mac doesn't take any big hits when he's running the ball.
Throws it in the middle, and there's a big hit.
Well-timed ball. You couldn't have done that better.
The big hit by Park City. That's Tabarachi, excuse me.
Boy.
Blake Tabarachi. He just stuck.
That was
Brody Hulme.
Textbook.
Hulme. I don't know how you say that. Hulme. Brody Hulme. Boy, that was a big hit.
Textbook.
And it broke up the pass attempt. So it'll be second down, although, again, we have a flag and discussion.
Where is the flag, Coach? I don't see it.
Well, it was earlier, and they're
you pick it up already?
So that is the motion, I'm guessing, for
inadvertent.
Inadvertent.
Okay. Picked it up.
So it'll be second and 10.
Coach Coburn's not happy down there. Our receivers getting mugged down there.
And that's probably what he's arguing, right?
They're getting held.
I think the thing that was deceiving there to me is I thought it was a flag that was thrown before the pass.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think it was something to do, but I obviously was wrong.
True.
And I'm guessing that's what the initial thought was.
And JoJo's down here on the bottom. Well, we've been successful in that trips formation on the one side where you're bringing that outside receiver underneath in the middle, and he's been open.
Wasatch second and 10, down 17 with 7 minutes left. The pass is caught by JoJo Heyer. He's going to catch it and go out of bounds.
That's a huge ball. So I don't know if this corner's been in. I haven't been paying attention. 22 is a smaller corner for Park City. JoJo's not a very big dude, but plays bigger.
A little taller than he is bigger, right?
Great job on the back shoulder. I'd like to see something get split the middle of the field, get those safeties.
Kelson quickly over to the left. That is caught, but you might be wondering why they stopped play. Mason Gomez caught it, but then knelt down with one knee.
Maybe a wheel on the outside. You've got those 2 deep safeties that are hanging, and if you get their eyes looking at that, and get your inside guy taking a wheel, and Carter's not back out there. So again, empty formation. Matt Kelson going to make it up with his arm. Dang it. I almost seen that coming. Matt kind of locked on to 84 as he was coming across. And
that is an interception by number 3. That's Corbin Towery.
As good as Park City is doing blocking offensively, they are in the secondary. They're picking up receivers, very disciplined. And I see what Coach is trying to do is get some crossing routes. It's a zone concept. He's trying to get those guys. Those safeties are setting back deep, and he's trying to run that guy underneath there. Unfortunately, that the dude underneath, usually the linebacker, is just doing a great job reading eyes. Mac's got to look him off. Easier said than done.
I'm going to jump in and kind of fill in for Brent here for a second as he gets a drink of water. But the thing that has impressed me the most about Park City tonight is the balance. Mm-hmm. As you were kind of alluding to, is offensive balance, running and pass, but offense to defense.
Yeah.
Like they're a pretty well-rounded team.
And, Coach Manzingo for Park, he's been here for 8-9 years. He runs a great offense, and it shows. His maturity shows.
Yeah, it's kind of a machine. You just plug in the parts, and they roll every single year.
And it's one of those things. you know, we've seen in the last 5, 6, 7 years, we've seen a lot of spread. So your coverage adjusts to that. You don't see a lot of teams pulling like they're doing, and they have just brought it tight. They brought that box in tight, and they're pulling 2 and 3 and 4 guys. There are 4 guys. You're getting 4 to 6 hats on one side of the ball to our 3 guys, Corey, and you're not going to win that. Outside toss.
Good coverage, straight out.
Yeah.
Well
And
played. Well defended.
Not a well-conceived play. They're just trying to take it. You know, they're trying to get it out there quickly. You know, but they're doing when they go back to what they do best. It's kind of like last year we did the Woods Cross game. I would watch Woods Cross be really successful running a certain play, and they get away from it.
Yeah.
About almost like 4 or 5 plays, and then end up kicking the ball, and that's kind of where Park City is.
Yep. It always makes me wonder, like, what's going through their head. Why?
Right. Well, I think as a coordinator, Corey, you think you got to mix it up. Like, oh man,
you don't want to overplay it.
I got to give
it,
him a look, or you're setting it up, right? You're like, hey, I'm gonna run this toss wide and set up this reverse coming around the other side. So, boy,
and football is a lot different than other sports that way. A lot of setting up for plays down the road, but
Park City's a well-coached team, you know, and they benefit from. They got a few NFL guys on their staff here, and I'm not saying that's the ingredient that you got to make a good team, but they do a really good job with the bodies they have here. You know, 1,200 students, like Brent mentioned. They get a lot of kids move in, and they probably don't move in here to play football.
Well, I'm looking at half the student body of Wasatch, but you look at the sideline and the number of players on that side, and they utilize them. Yeah. They put them in the right spot. They coach them up, and they really do well. And they have great athletes. Like those Tabarachis and McCurdy's.
That helped. And we do too. But they are rolling in kids left and right on us. I bet they have played twice as many kids as us tonight. Quick kick again. Oh, JoJo's going to get a chance.
If Wasatch can get a quick strike and a quick score, just dancing too much. The clock is what you need at this point, not a yard. But if they get a really quick strike here, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but
man, you got JoJo hobbled up a little bit. You know, got a couple soft dude and good-looking kids. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know that they got the wheels to stretch the field. So you got to get a little creative and get something cross.
And was that Bacad that went out earlier with the injury?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. So you got a couple guys that haven't been getting rotations, earlier. That now.
Well, and Coach Knights can't run the ball now. Nope. So you got Mac back here running for his life, and I don't want to see him get hurt.
Just nowhere to go with that one.
Yeah. You know, I just think outside of those first 2 series, offense has not been able to get in a rhythm.
Yeah, they had a couple of moments that looked really good, very promising, and I was getting pretty excited about it. But give Park City the credit; they really clamped down and taken away those strengths.
And their secondaries played really well. I'm watching. There's a lot of discipline. Early on, we weren't getting the same amount of discipline. We had guys running free, but when you're successful running the ball, those guys are peeking in the backfield. You know what I mean? So there's probably a reason we were getting burned early. Is they're looking to come and support the run. So we're only getting a 3 or 4 man rush here, and it's successful.
Like, I know, and that's what I was looking at.
71 is just beating us up out there.
They're putting 3 guys up, playing way back, soft, playing the back, and they're able to get that pressure and making the quarterback scramble like that. It just shouldn't happen with
Coach
with that kind of pressure.
71 has got to have. I mean, he's been in our backfield all night. He has got a super quick first step. You know, and we don't have the option to run, but you're coming up underneath him.
Yeah, almost got it.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't know if you
Every play's just turning into a scramble, for life.
You're watching Park City's linebackers, and they're not even moving. They're just they're looking for routes coming in.
It'll be second and long. Just haven't shown any life of. Going to take a loss on that.
And listen, I'm all about being a good sport, but it stings a little bit losing and listening to this crowd. So take it for what it's worth, folks. It is painful over here.
That's one thing about going and doing away games. You got to sit on the visitor side. Yeah. It's a little bit different.
You got to be a good fan. And I'm a big fan of football. And I'll tell you what, you got to give credit to Park City tonight, much as I hate to. Yeah, great pick. Max
there's a flag back here, but I think
it's going to be
on Wasatch, hands to the face kind of thing. But
Max trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? He's trying to fit it in windows
trying to get something out of it.
And again, I talked earlier about creating separation, and whether it be width or depth, you've got to get that defender on your hip and give him a window, and we're kind of standing, and that guy just stepped right in front of us. Of course, moving and throwing is not an easy thing to do either, and that's what that takes a little bit of zip off the ball.
They're going to take it, the penalty over the ball. Yeah, they're going to back him up.
When you move. When you go quads, or excuse me, when you go empty, your protection is pretty limited to those 5 guys up front. So you don't have a back or a tight end to chip that guy or help him out. Now it looks like we got all new dudes on the front line for Park City.
Going 5 out, trying to get some of these almost through the hands of the receiver and through the hands of the defender as well.
Well, young kids that were not in this position last year, and we see that a lot at our level, where you got a junior that because of so much talent in front of them, never got on the field. So this is their first full game at varsity, and it's a different game. And you got one of the better quarterbacks in the state zipping the ball at you, and we get out of here without any injuries, I'll be really happy. And that includes us getting out from this side of the stands back to our cars. I just hope I get back to my car and I don't have any injuries to it. That's happened in the past.
Well, you had Corey Lang there for a few minutes. That kick big, but there's another Park City bounce. So, all right, 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. Brent Martindale back. We had Corey Lang for a few minutes. Corey, Ken Purdy, Big Nine, I heard you saying all, compliments to Park City tonight. It's just been a big
well-coached team
win for them, and 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. Not a lot can happen, and you'll see probably teams.
The other thing I attribute to a really well-coached team is when you can roll that many guys in and you are not taking a big step back. That's attributed to what the preparation you put in the years, the years before too.
And this will be McCurdy once again. And he somehow got through 8 Wasatch Wasps.
He
gained 11
can't
yards.
be over 150 pounds, and he is running like he is really.
Oh wow! I thought there was another McCurdy.
University of North Carolina. Really,
William McCurdy, a senior.
Coach
listing
Lang,
him as 5'11". I think that's gracious.
Coach Lang was saying his McCurdy's brother plays some Division I ball. So
wow.
It's in his blood. I mean, kid's an athlete, but he is not really. Oh, he's a track kid too, so that makes sense. But tough as well, I mean, like I said, he can't be over 160.
McCurdy this time is met at the line of scrimmage a little behind.
So, Coach, you've got a lot of experience in here. Why are we running McCurdy? It 41-24, a minute 35 yet.
I thought that a minute ago with Kelson.
Yeah.
I know they might have wanted another
Well,
score, but
yeah.
and he had to go down and
Right.
slide.
Right.
So, but
And I think Mac's smarter. I mean, he knows when to go down. But
I will tell you why. As a coach,
yeah,
in high school for other sports, first game of the season, you want
those reps. Yep.
some type of. We worked at this. I would imagine, just make it happen and give them a few more chances, and then there'll be other chances. There's a bad snap, and McCurdy's going to just very smartly just drop on it.
As well as he done as a athlete and offensive back, that was another good job, just covering that up and not making that worse.
41 seconds, clock is running, and this is going to go down as one of the bigger losses for Wasatch.
Yeah.
Impressive wins for Park City over Wasatch, and it's gone up
Tell you
and down
what,
over the years.
This Park City team, they're picked second in their region to Stansbury, and they're going to give some teams some runs. They look good.
I'm going to also say this though. I'm sure we're going to see a different Wasatch team.
Sure,
as
yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I think it was a couple years ago they lost badly their first game and went on to have a great season.
And I'll point out, Coach Akana ended up having. He was a defensive coordinator 2 or 3 years ago here. We had guys that we weren't even lining up on receivers and came and had a really good season. One thing about Coach is he's going to make some adjustments. And every year in high school ball, you get new kids that you have no idea how they're going to play under the lights and maybe a little pickle juice, right?
Yeah,
a little pickle juice and rub the nerves off. And
let's talk about what Wasatch has to do over the next 4 weeks. They are on the road. They do not have a home game until September 1st.
I know, guys. 4 home games. That was kind of rough to hear this year, but every once in a while on the schedule you run into that where you gotta you gotta be on the bus.
Well, next week Wasatch is going to travel. This is the first of 3 in a row non-region road games. Next week they're in Logan at Skyview, and that is not a slouch team as well. They
never.
In fact, Skyview up, I think we saw a minute ago on them. And then in 2 weeks they travel to Idaho. Now that's a tough weekend. I think they travel on Friday and then play on Saturday.
Wow, interesting.
Saturday day game.
And I don't know the thing. I know Coach Coburn is from Idaho, and that might be one of those games he picked up in his home area because he always want to go back there and play. And,
well, I think they played Madison before. Didn't Madison come here a couple years ago? I'm trying to remember what that was.
I don't believe it was Madison. I think it was somebody else. Because we had went to Castle Rock, we had went to Colorado, and then we had Colorado was supposed to reciprocate and pooped out on us and straight. It was pretty. Okay. It was not a classy move by them. I will say.
Madison in Rexburg, Idaho.
Right, and then we had I want to say it was a team from California came in, and I believe we beat them. It was a really good game, but I think this is Coach Coburn's. The area he grew up in. So he's kind of scheduled a game back there, which is good for him.
First home game for Wasatch will be Friday, September 1st, as we mentioned. Another non-region game against Weber. Weber coming to town. So for now, Wasatch will lick their wounds and ready up for a trip to Logan.
And I'm jumping ahead of things, but look at that. Look at that first game in the region, Orem, at Orem.
Yeah.
At Orem, and you got to answer a lot of questions before you get there because you think this offensive line was good.
Well, at Orem, at Timpview,
wow,
and then of course the 2 trips to Logan and Madison.
You'll see
Rexburg, Idaho. So
Coach Coburn will see what we're made of this year. It's not supposed to be easy, right?
Yeah,
this is what it's about.
Looking a little bit at the region that Wasatch is in, Region 7. Springville, big win over Dixie, 34-7. Looking down the line here, let's see. Weber who Wasatch plays in a few weeks, tying it with Westlake at the moment in the fourth quarter, 14-all. Bountiful is getting beat by Harriman. That is a big, what I thought would be, I thought Bountiful was one of the top ranked teams, so that is a bit of a shocker. American Fork big over Roy.
They're going to be good.
There's Timpview losing to Skyridge.
Yeah.
Now, Skyridge, of course,
but playing them tough, right? That's not a that's not a gimme. That's a coach. That's a Lone Peak Bingham right there game. Those are two heavyweights.
Yeah, Park City.
Sure.
I mean, that's a rivalry probably. Yep. So. And the only other teams that I can see, let's see, Brighton. There's the Spanish Fort getting beat by Olympus. There's the Orem game. Orem up now, 21-20. I don't know if that's a final or not. Over East.
And I think I saw a quote from Maddox saying that some of the best quarterbacks he's ever had at his school. Now he might not have a big line at East. Excuse me. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Brandon Maddox coached several years here at Park City High, and when he owned us, running a beer, split beer, and he still runs it, by the way.
Does he?
He still runs it, and he is a faithful follower. But man, you talk about getting ran on back in the day.
Cedar Valley, that's the only other one I can see. They've lost to Bear River.
Bear River, shout out, they're tough kids up there.
Maple Mountain did get the win over Payson when it was tied earlier in the fourth quarter. They won 31-21.
Come on, Lions.
And so that's a look at the region. So, and then, of course, tonight the loss, Wasatch losing to the Park City Miners 24-41. Park City just was able to adjust right from the start. Wasatch started big. Right off at the first possession, scored, and but then Park City came right back.
Right.
So it was immediately, this game was even partway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
There was only 3-point difference.
Control
what happened from that point?
Yeah. Controlling the time of possession hurt us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And keeping that defense on there. And I've been in some battles there where the next morning you open up the play sheet and you're on the field for 110-ton plays.
Right.
That's a lot for a defense. And some of these kids going both ways. So So we regroup. We go play a good Skyridge team in Logan and compete.
Yeah. So
two new coordinators still filling things out.
Yeah.
Coach Knight switched from defense side of the ball to offense. It is they haven't had the luxury of, Monzingo running the same thing for 9 years. Which is a testament to these guys.
Okay.
So good on them. We'll make adjustments. It looks like I don't see anybody carted off the field. I think it's all, hydration related stuff. So that's a win for us. We'll regroup it. It hurts losing to the Big Red over here, but
players of the game really quickly, 30 seconds.
I thought Matt Kelson played really well. And I think Garrett Christensen did as well as he could have done down on the defensive line. I think he was an anchor there, made a couple plays that I'm very, very impressed with. And Ashton Southam's always an easy choice for special teams.
Kelson hit higher twice for touchdowns.
Yep.
The only other one I'd throw in there for sure is Carter Picard.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Coach. Absolutely.
Running off, but still, he it looked like what I thought maybe was hurt in that fourth quarter a little bit, and wasn't used quite as much.
No, I'm 100% agreing with you.
For Park City, of course, you got 5 different guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that too. But again, I'd have to give William McCurdy.
Oh, the nod.
Whose number of runs actually decreased at the end,
Yeah.
and then other guys stepped up. I mean,
and he was still successful. I mean, how many did he break on us? Yeah.
And then Carson Navarro came in. Tavarachi came in. Elijah Warner had a touchdown run. So that's a great mix. That's a great
I'd
mix
say
for
the two players of the game for Park City is McCurdy and the Park City coaching staff.
Okay.
Hey, what do they have listed? How big is McCurdy?
So it doesn't show weight.
Oh, okay. I'd be
McCurdy,
interested.
it shows 5'11", and I think that's gracious.
Yeah.
5'3".
Yeah.
And because he is a fast little guy and super strong.
Well, it sounds like he's a state placer in in track as well.
So
So
is he? Okay.
stands a reason.
And then the other one you got to mention is David Dellenbach.
Yeah.
Getting a record for Park
Yeah.
City for sure.
Yeah, no
Record
doubt.
field goal, 58 yards.
No
and that's
doubt.
just not stuff you see
Right.
in high school every week. And as we mentioned, the 4th longest kick in Utah
Yeah, that's
high
crazy.
school football history. So congratulations to Park City
Sure.
Miners. They've been gracious hosts. We thank them for allowing us in the booth. And so we're going to say goodbye and goodnight here from Park City High School. Final score once again, Park City Miners 41, the Wasatch Wasps 24 in this first high school night of the year. So it's been fun having you next week. The Wasatch on the road. We'll be hoping that you tune in. Please follow us on Instagram on Sting TV. And you can find out all sorts of things. We're going to have graphics up that the TV crew will have up going. What's that? Only a better. Corey,
916 views tonight, guys.
so
That's
well
awesome.
done, team. All of you here. Everybody give a big Wasatch hoopah. You can say anything you want, but great job, all you girls. Good job.
Yeah, class.
So, and this is a team, a group of people that have come in before school's even started.
Yeah.
School students don't come until Wednesday.
Coach Lang was in California 2 days ago. I'm
He
texting him,
was.
hey, we're doing this game. He's like, can't, I'm on the road in Cali, but yeah, I'll see what I can do.
So we thank you for joining us on Sting TV. Have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Good job, man.
See this, so it's-